What the fuck is wrong with you? No, actually, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm like... hold on, motherfucker. I was supposed to go live in like 2 more minutes, okay? I was like, you know, I was gonna like, you know, just like take my time a little bit and like set up a little bit, you know? And it's like, no, this motherfucker's like, oh hey, we should have just Jenny become like Femi even before the stream starts. Again! Y'all are real. Y'all actually real. Is this real life, and are you real?
Jen, you owe 3 signs, by the way.
I did not curse.
You said 3 fucks.
So you're telling me you
signs.
redeemed it before my stream even started, and then you instantly also redeemed the cursing thing just as bait.
That is up to you to redeem, to check the redeemed. That is, you owe 3 signs.
Well played, tramp. Fine. The count is now at 8. Speaking of which, today is March 5th. I think I have to give 4 of those signs to Cotton right now, so give me just a moment.
Yeah, oh, by the way, you have, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 no curses. So that's what, 90 seconds? Or 90 minutes? So in, an hour and... around an hour and 33 minutes. Hey Siri, set a timer for an hour and 33 minutes.
Timer, 1 hour. Oh, Mark. Oh, Mark, why? Why, oh, Mark? I specifically raised the price by 400% to make sure people weren't doing this.
The funny thing is, I could also do that too.
Look, oh, Mark, at this point, why don't you just, like, pay 20 subs to this Twitch channel just to have me be Femi the whole stream, huh? Go ahead and just dish out $100 while you're at it, if you're gonna be like this, huh? That what you want? You want more of my suffering?
Why can't I subscribe with Twitch Prime?
Yeah, you can get like one month's gift subscription with Twitch Prime.
There you go, now.
Mamma mia. Hold on, before we even begin, I gotta quickly go over to Cotton.
The death of His Royal Highness the Duke of Edinburgh.
Thank you, you get to see the laser cat. Still, toaster bath.
So you owe 3 signs. Well, you already added those 3 signs to the plus, and you need to trade Cotton their signs.
Yeah, so look, the tally right now is at 8 signs. One of these signs, by the way, is a weird pony decal sign that I have to give to Dino. Okay, there's Cotton. We go ahead and grab him really quick. Trading, send a trade offer.
Alright, I'll be back. I'm gonna go hang out with Retrace.
What the?
Ozzy.
You people. You know, sometimes I joke about chopping off her tits and feeding them to her. I'm not sure I'm joking no more. Fine, you want your stupid signs. Just make sure which one of these is the one that already has a thing on it. Okay, that one says custody cast can be applied. But where's the one that already has the application? I don't know which one actually had. Now I gotta go into like my inventory in the game. And I gotta like go over here, then go over the backpack, and I gotta. Where are the signs? There are the signs. Okay. This one. Okay, so this one I at least have a clue. This one is Team Shine. The rest of Team Shine. Hot Rod, Villainous Violets, Hot Rod. Okay, the Team Shine one is the one I gotta trade to Cotton. Is this one Team Shine? That one's Team Shine. So that one's going to Dino. So these other three go to Cotton. And I gotta do the confirmation, and then blah, blah, blah. Yes, yes, I'm gonna confirm the action. I'm gonna give Cotton 3 signs. There, Cotton's got 3 signs. And now I'm gonna go back to the stupid list. We're gonna go to Dino Rabbit. Then we're gonna make the trade offer. And then we're gonna go in here. And then we're gonna get the stupid sign. Wherever it went. Where's the stupid sign? Now I gotta like... Hold on. Yeah, there's the Team Shine one. There. Yes, it's a gift for Dino. Yes, I know. Yes, confirm the offer. Okay. Hey, Dino, if you're watching right now, you got a little sign. Okay, so that handles 4 signs. Now I can reduce the IOU count from 8 to 4. Mamma mia. Why are you people like this? Why are you like this? Oh no, I spelled the word call wrong. There, extra L. There. Pile grammar. Okay. Okay, so. Yeah, thank you for the update, Aki. Commits cliff dive. I'm heading to Chicago. All right. So yeah, the original plan for tonight. I guess it must have been full by the time I tried connecting. That's right. I'll just refresh. The original plan tonight. Yeah, basically. Hello, Sally. Sally? You might have the wrong microphone input selected. Either that or if you're doing voice mod, you gotta, like, click on the, what was it? You gotta click on, like, settings, scroll down, and then click on open audio assistance and just do that.
Yeah, voice mod's been buggy.
That's why you always do the open audio assistant thing every time you're gonna use it. It's just good to do a hard reset like that.
I keep forgetting about it.
That's fine. It's something you gotta learn anyway. Wait. Wait, what the... Okay, are you currently on the game?
I am currently closing 95 different programs. Because I was in the middle of working on custom recipes on my server for Minecraft.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
Apparently Aka's game crashed. Oh well, now they're here, I guess. Alright, there you are. Here, hop in.
Okie dokie.
So under normal circumstances for a Tuesday, I would just go basically full tryhard. But doing stupid demo night stuff is interesting. Hello, Jolteon fans. Been a while. Nice to see you in chat. Well, either that or you've been around, you just don't chat much. But it's fine. Are you having issues joining the party?
No, I'm just loading in, I'm just loading up a few things.
There we go. Alright, so just for the heck of it, I'm gonna try to queue for casual. Hopefully it's not loaded with bots. I'm gonna try to go for King of the Hill because there's less sentries on King of the Hill.
Exactly why we need to do a bunch of mini sentries.
Well, yeah, you can do many sentries there. Aki has their mindset on going around with demo nighting. Let's see. Jolteon says, would it be okay if I play with y'all? Alright, give me a quick second.
I know, Jolteon. I don't mind. It's up to you, Jen. Jen, it's up to you. You're
Yeah,
the one
Jolteon can
streaming.
join. I just need to, I don't think I have him actually friended on here. Yeah, Jolteon, if you want to try to join, you're gonna have to friend me on Steam. Oh, apparently Aki invited them. Yeah, because I don't exactly see them on my friends list here, so... I don't know if they can be invited without being on my friends list, I forget.
They can. They can, but it has to be by somebody else who does have them on the friends list.
Yeah, honestly, Jolteon, you could just... you've been around for a while, you could just...
Also, we're not queued for casual.
Yeah, because... Yeah, I was originally queued, and then I saw Jolteon's message to try to join us.
Alright. While you get that all taken care of, I'll be right back. We'll be right back.
Okay, so Jolteon will just be a quick sec. That's fine. That's fine. And then we'll try hopping to casual and messing around. Hopefully we don't deal with too many bots. We're just gonna act like that wasn't a thing. We're just gonna... Yep, y'all saw nothing. In the meantime, if I am gonna do stupid demo night stuff, let me think. Choices. I do like my tanky knight. I forget, did I ever kill stray cats at Toichi? No, I don't. Ah, it's fine, whatever. Oh, I hate those boots. Yeah, no, I'm doing the bootlegger. Alright, that looks fine to me. Okay, Jolteon should be there. Okay, yep, there we go. Accept, confirm, yep. And then you, invite to party. Aw, look at the cute little Jolteon art. It's so cute! Hello, that one's fine. Welcome to the chat. We're just getting started here. We're gonna do some shenanigans online. I'm not being as competitive right now. Just doing little shenanigan-y stuff. Okay, we got Jolteon in here. Let's roll.
Autobots, let's roll out.
Just for that, I'll do an honorary one.
I am coming.
Welcome, Jolteon. You've been summoned. Do not resist.
Do not resist your arrest.
Oh, hey.
Hi there.
Hello there.
You're gonna have to deal with us. Alright, demo night time. Or... Oh, this place is botted. But how many bots are in the enemy team? And they're already all kicking Jolteon. Yep, this server's forgotten. Foreclosed. Yeah, we will abandon that server, and we will find a different one.
Fuck, my game crashed when I tried to load in.
You know, I have been hearing reports that there's actually, like, game crashing bots starting to show up.
Jolteon, is that from Rumble or Rumble Blast? The reactive image you have.
I may not...
Wait, what's the question?
Your reactive image, is that one from Rumble or Rumble Blast?
It's from Fugitech Reactive.
Was that
Sally,
automatically on?
Sally, did you rejoin? Are you good?
Yeah, I'm reloading the game. There we go.
Okay, are you in the lobby with us? You good?
Yep.
Okay, queuing again.
I'm using Fugitech Reactives for the...
No. I'm asking you the little Jolteon you have for it.
Hello, Madam Bug.
Oh, that.
Rumble or Rumble Blast?
I'm not sure. The only thing that the file said was Rush Body 135, I think. So I have no idea. I just thought it looked interesting.
So Jolteon, you tend to not chat much. Over the last few months you've watched me, you kind of just lurk around and barely chat. So now I'm curious.
Yeah, I'm not exactly the most social person around, but I do watch your streams. I think you're an awesome streamer.
I appreciate the compliments.
Jolteon's quite a streamer themselves, and they're also quite the lurker. But I see them quite often.
Yeah, I'm curious though what Jolteon does. Do you draw?
No.
Do you do math?
I don't like math.
Are you a bodybuilder?
I just play TF2 and set spies on fire.
Alright, fair enough.
How have I not been following you yet, Jolteon? I've known you for a while and haven't followed you yet. Apologies.
Thank you for the follow.
Alright, so let's see if this place has a bunch of bots or not.
I'm ready to shove a mug up their asses.
He didn't notice.
You failed. The enemy has secured our intelligence.
Aki, you dirty wench. You did that twice. You pushed a perfectly good taunt kill away from me twice.
Okay, get in here.
I hope that the Canadian government invents 15 more genders just to confuse you. I think Bark's a bot.
Who?
There's a person on, red team, Bark. They're clearly a bot. Got him! Hey, I got an achievement for that! Beat me up, Scotty! Use a critical swing with the Eyelander to kill 5 enemy players. But this isn't an Eyelander. Whatever. There's probably an achievement back when the Eyelander was the only Demo Knight sword.
We have taken the enemy intelligence.
Oh, there goes Bark.
Great!
Girl.
I'm sorry I can't be more entertaining or conversational with you, Jolteon. I guess you are a more reserved person than many people who come on here.
Sentry in our intel.
Yeah, don't worry.
You know what would make you less reserved? Let's make you rant about something. What country do you like the least?
You want my honest answer, or...
Why is there an entire red base of sentries in the blue
That's
intelligence
one reason
area?
I hate
I
Forks.
just said that there was.
And you think I was listening?
Which country I hate most, you said?
Yes.
I'll be honest here, I'm not really sure. I haven't like put much thought into that.
We have taken the enemy intelligence.
Thank you for the hooray, Azir.
The enemy has dropped.
Okay, let me ask something simpler. What country do you love?
None of them. They all suck. Every single one of the... every leader of every country fucking sucks. They can all go jump off a bridge for all I
I
care.
didn't say the leaders. I said the country as an average whole.
The leaders are the representatives of the countries. If the leaders are shit, the countries are shit.
We have taken the enemy.
End of my end of the discussion. I hate every
That
country.
does not make enough sense for me to condone it. I mean, for example, I heard that New York has had like 100 years of terrible leadership in the United States, but they still make great pizza. You should not define an entire people just by their leader. For a lot of people disagree with said leaders. Not a bot.
I'm gonna try and see if I can go soldier and clear up our intel.
Looks like there's a bot that says 24/7 beating my wife.
Yeah.
That's a new one. At least for me.
The enemy intelligence will return to their base.
Dang, I got killed by Florida. We gotta get stupid. But hey, the engineer camp is gone, so that's good.
Good, because that's one of the reasons why I don't like 2 Fort.
Well, 2-4 was like one of the first maps. It wasn't like super perfect. It was just kind of meant to be a map that people just kind of play around. It was never meant to be like competitively set up and all.
Yeah. Probably because, yeah, it's probably just my experiences with 2 Fort in the intel rooms, things people do. That's probably why.
That's fair enough. Trying to think. I know very little about Jolteon, but what would they be in the future? Maybe a plumber. But there's 3 ways we can take this, Sally. We could take it as a regular plumber, we could take it as a Mario plumber, or we could take it as a Ben 10 plumber.
Wait, what? What again? Spy in the intel. No, what the hell are you talking about?
It's like I'm thinking Jolteon might be a plumber in the future, but I don't know. A regular plumber, a Mario plumber, or a Ben 10 plumber?
Gun spy in the intel.
We have taken the enemy intelligence.
I don't think Blue Team's captured a single... Nope. Nope, they haven't. Not a single one, huh? I'm a trendsetter. I'll squash up. Bandit. Bang getting top shot up.
Taken the enemy intelligence.
Slam wet and wide spreader. The rock bottom.
Success. We
Darn.
have secured the enemy intelligence.
What? No, F2, F2. I hit the wrong bind. F2. What the fuck?
These bots are not very friendly.
What is wrong with you people? Everyone in that server can go kill themselves.
Hey, they don't need to kill themselves. They got
I told
tricked.
them I'm not a bot and I told them I wasn't a bot and they still voted yes.
Here's the other thing. You don't know how many bots there are that voted yes.
Over our entire, there were no bots on our team. I accidentally hit a bot, I accidentally hit one of my binds and they fucking kicked me. Yeah. Fuckers. I hope their accounts get hacked and they lose all their items. Actually, no. I hope they get back banned. Fuck them.
Trying to think. You know, there might be a community server we can hop in that'll still give us the freedom that's not Uncletopia. Let me take a quick look around. In the meantime, I'm just gonna disconnect from that casual server and take a quick look at the server list.
I might have found. Oh, it's empty. Damn it. But the name of the server is Chucklenut's Nut Chucking Zone.
Chucklenut's Nuts Chucking Zone.
The other tag to it is TF2, but most weapons headshot. Now I'm curious. Do we want to play that for a minute and just see how the weapons with headshot?
Let's see. There's a little server called Tired and Tilted 2. Maybe I'll give that
Let
server
them
a
come.
shot. Just checking the other things, like Banana Land and organize my player count. What's this one? It's like Engineer Fortress, 21 humans max. Oh, it's like fighting engineers. Alright, you know what? Yeah, let me just, I'm gonna refresh this one more time, see how many people are in Tired and Tilted.
I restart my game.
I just had it. Let me guess, when the bots crashed you? I'm gonna take that as a yes. Mamma mia! V-Team, I'm like this because they spent channel points to make me like this. You know that.
The fuck is this? What the fuck are these names for servers? Tiny Kitty Girls Pound. What the fuck is with these? What the fuck is with people and their names for these servers?
I wouldn't be surprised if that's a cousin to Kugasatopia. They're basically servers where they have zero filter for the sprays or things they say.
Siggyland, the Furry Pound. What is with these people's names?
I don't know, but honestly, I'm used to it.
How do they get past the fucking filter?
There is no filter. You think the devs are checking this anymore?
Fair enough.
What did I launch VR chat? There we go. Launching TF2.
Not enough players. I need... You know what? I'm not even going to do the King of the Hill, search restriction. I'm going to organize this by players, and let's just see if we can get some big old ridiculous match.
I found a server. It's called Welcome to Die, and they're playing on Payload Race High Tower Kong Vamp. I have no idea what Kong Vamp is, and I'm genuinely curious.
Yeah,
They're 11 out of 24 people.
Yeah, you know what? I think we'll do something a little weirder. I think we're gonna hop into a server that's just kind of big. Gonna hop into a big server. Here. Alright, who just joined us? And why do they got a diagram of cows?
It's B Team.
Ah, it's B Team. Alright, so we're heading to... So I am joining a community server. Y'all can join off me. There should be enough slots for you to join me.
Ooh, we're going Skyle. Nice. The toxic cesspool community full of children.
Yep. Just remember, Sally, if your first instinct when there's a vote is to instantly go in on a rant for people going to kill themselves, you're part of the toxic community too.
Listen, I may be part of the we may be part of the toxic community, but at least we're not children.
Speaking of which, Jolteon, what are you, 10?
I'm in my early 30s.
Well, if you sound that young in your early 30s, congratulations. Wow, I am not a very practiced Demonite, am I? I love laugh taunting before I die. It's always great. Bing bong, you're dead.
Ding dong, you're wrong.
That dude dead. I got triple teams.
You just kept getting pelted by. You just kept getting pelted by the fucking players. I love it.
Yeah, now, let's see. What? Okay, B team says American cow moo, England, oi, bruv, moo, in it.
Oi, what's up, you wankers?
You know, people can rag on the United Kingdom all they want, but sometimes you just see a nice 6'4" redhead, and it's just nice. Not to say that I like England. England's kind of stupid. And it looks like Aki chose the same weapon, so we both one-shot each other. Okay, you know what? Where's the inventory thing? I know I have it here. At least I think I do. Unless I'm misremembering. I could have swore that I had. Oh, there it is. There we go. I swung first. That was a lot of enemies. Wow. I almost forgot how many people are in this server.
We have taken the enemy intelligence.
yeah, Jolteon showed up for a few streams over time, Bosh. So, yeah, Jolteon decided to hop in. They're not very talkative, though.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm not the most social person around, but I do try every once in a while.
Did I just get random... Are there random crits on this server?
Yes, they do.
Huh. Let's see, Posh says, well, that was probably when I was gone for about a year, so that explains why I did. I see. Jolteon, do you stream? I think some others are recognizing you.
Yeah,
Jolteon streams. I said this several times.
What? I swung first! This is not going well. Hello, Dino. Enjoy your sign. The soldier bopped me up into the air. Come on, Omar. Let me kill Aki. Dispenser? Dispenser.
Ah, damn spies.
Yeah, French.
They can't
the
leave.
French. Huh. Gotcha! Stupid! The server is stupid! The server is all kinds of stupid! Sally, why are there 15 people watching me be stupid?
I don't know.
You think they do something more productive, like, I don't know, taxes? It is tax season.
We have taken the enemy intelligence.
I chill out with 2 Demo Knights, and a 3rd Demo Knight chooses violence. Gotcha! Let's see. Madam says go hybrid night, but only use the launcher on Aki, so it's a surprise. You want your hybrid night? Here's your hybrid night. What do you mean surprise? Aki's watching the stream. Let's see. Posh says AO Sentry Near and demo making mini sentries. Oh yeah, the little thing. Let's see. As will you do my taxes? No. Let's see. Oh, Posh was answering the question for the 15 people watching me because they like your content. They should be here. Oh, that's very nice of you. Now, go pay some taxes. Diana's hyping for some reason. Aki says I'm not watching the stream. I have an audio only. You have multiple monitors. Why? Never mind.
We have dropped the enemy intelligence. We have taken the enemy.
They have 4 teleporters downstairs.
Probably.
They have 4 of them. One in each of the corners of the intel room.
There we go. Got a new caper. Sorry, Omar, had to do it to you.
Dark pop, I'm pushing.
I love how if I blow myself up, Aki still gets credit. Again, I got like running around the old pool caver, not working out too well. Escort. See, anything interesting over the weekend? Oh, well, this Saturday, I'm gonna be, in this chamber. And then, Sunday, I'm gonna also be still in this test chamber. But the next weekend, Posh, I'm still gonna be in this test chamber.
We have dropped the enemy
Yeah.
intelligence. We have taken the enemy intelligence. We have taken the enemy intelligence.
Not gonna lie, these random crits are stupid. This place is stupid. What the heck? Oh yeah, Asriel, they told me about a good portion of that. Yeah, they could do really good background art and everything. You should see this one piece they did where it was like skyscrapers kind of fisheye bending around the character in a mask. It was a cool shot. Oh, or this one painting they did of like a whole watery outlook, and there's like a house on the left and like stormy clouds starting to approach from the right and all. Excellent art.
We have
Excellent, lovely art.
Go! They're almost dead!
taken the enemy intelligence. We have dropped
Posture check. Alright.
Keep pushing!
We have taken the enemy intelligence. We have dropped the enemy intelligence. We have taken the enemy intelligence. We have dropped the enemy intelligence.
That was a hit sound register, but it didn't hit. Rats.
I couldn't see shit that was going on. No, from my perspective, I forgot to unpause the recording, so I didn't have any of that. Ah. Fuck. Jen, were you in the blue intel room when that happened?
Nope.
Jolteon, please tell me you were down there.
The enemy intelligence will return to their base.
Now he's getting pocketed.
No. I'm out. I accidentally hit the wrong I hit the wrong vine. Oh, I'm out. I accidentally hit one of my bad vines. Nope. Nope. I'm out. That's embarrassing. I'm gone. Alright, y'all have fun though. Seriously. I'm gonna get off.
Oh, alrighty. Well, you take care then.
Yep. Y'all take...
Alright, Jolteon, looks like it's up to you to be the entertainment of the night. I died before I got there.
So, what's your favorite class in TF2?
Favorite class to play would be
Yeah.
Engineer, actually. Class I'm best at, Medic.
And I'm all about playing Pyro.
Wonder how far I can get going fat mode. Or I could instantly get headshot. Okay, fine, no one clip that. Sandwich. I love how the heavy burning to death in front of me says, "Many thanks," and then just dies as I'm eating a sandwich. one?
What class in TF2 do you hate the most?
Class I hate? Hate
Yeah.
hate playing the most, or well,
Just
I guess.
hate going up. Just hate going up against the
Oh,
most.
hate going up against. That's a good question. Okay, so in terms of hating going up against, this is gonna sound a little odd, but you want a real honest answer?
But
Scout.
yeah, I mean, scouts can be annoying.
Like, I'm not talking about like a person who poorly plays Scout that you could just discard. I'm talking about like a good Scout that can run up to you and two-shot you. That is extremely hard to stop.
Oh yeah. If I had to guess, I'd probably say that the class I hate going up against would be either heavy or spies.
Yeah, honestly, I don't entirely like going up against spies, but I'm at least really good at, sensing when a spy could, like, try to hop on me. But that's the thing, you don't necessarily need to see spies to know when they're around. You just gotta think to yourself, now would be a really ideal time, while my teammates are distracted, for someone to try to come and backstab me. It's called game sense. Like, for example, if a bunch of your teammates are rushing to a payload and you're nearby them, first thought that should hit your head is, check behind me real quick to make sure a spy isn't taking advantage of the situation.
Exactly. As a pyromane, you gotta really pay attention to your surroundings.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of wrecking house the second I go heavy. Like, I'm not sure if y'all noticed, I don't play heavy often, but I usually get one to 4 kills every life as heavy. I always try to make sure I get at least 1 kill as a heavy every life, just to even out my presence. Dominated, Scotty!
I see someone in your chat asked if I put report on the conscious subjector. Funnily enough, I do not. In fact, I've never actually put any decals on the weapon. And even if I did, it wouldn't be porn.
Aki's getting all this help. Aki's getting pocketed. Aki's getting teammates covering them. I got nada. Aki's feeding off assists right now. A huntsman sniper taunt-killed me to stun me in place during an Uber. That is some 5D chess right there. At least I got that one spy. Let's see, my most hated subclass? I mean, there's not really too many subclasses. Let me think on this for a minute. Hold on. How many subclasses really are there? So, like, I guess technically you could say Backscatter Scout is a subclass because you're trying to get behind the enemy with Bonk and then just hit one shot the light classes from behind and annoy the enemy team. I guess that's one subclass. Is that what Penis Scout is? I forget. Soldier has got, I think, 2 different subclasses. Technically the Black Box Conqueror is a subclass on its own. You're doing a lot less damage and you're just being kind of a tank that just kind of walks around and heals itself. And then, of course, you got the Trolgers, rocket jumping around with the Market Garden Shovel. Pyros, it's not really a subclass. They just kind of have combo pyro, regular pyro, flog pyro. It's not really, I wouldn't really call it subclass per se. Subclass is like a whole different way of playing. Pyro doesn't really have that. I'll change back to my regular self in a bit. Demo's obviously got Demonite. Heavy, not really. Engineer's got Gunslinger. Medic, not really. Sniper's got Huntsman. Spy, I mean, I guess technically you could say Gun Spy with like a Dead Ringer. I guess. Or an Ambassador. Ambassador's probably more likely. In terms of like hated the subclass, I mean, I'll say the one that kind of annoys me the most at times, Trolger. Trolger's basically Spy, but better sometimes. Granted, Spy could actually go behind the enemy team and not get shot by sentries. But Trolger's dangerous. Where'd Demo go? No French! I didn't see where the pyro went! The pyro went under me! Okay, I'm swapping regular body now. Give me a moment. Finally get to be like normal self. Alright, I am back. Great. That engineer just got wrecked. Let's see. Oh, I forgot the chat. I'm sorry, chatty. Soldier's like a sniper that follows you. Lol. Trolger is not a 0 skill class. Trolger requires a very dexterous control over your air strafing and your swing timing and your positioning and watching where everyone's moving. Like, Trolger is no joke. One of the highest skill things you can do in this game. Period. It really is. That doesn't mean I don't get to be annoyed by it. Okay, and back in here. Whoop. think it's time to change class.
Heavy, can you talk? It's calling.
What to do, though? Screw it. Why not? I just ran into that. Look, this server is ridiculous. There's so many people.
Yeah, it's like 64 players, right?
I think it's a 64 server.
Yeah. That's nothing compared to playing 100 player 2 boards.
Yeah, I've been
let
in
me
some
tell
100
ya.
player servers. I think Shonik's got the most active one at the moment.
Yeah, Shenanigans server. I've mostly been playing on there because 100 players, and the server is very interesting. And seeing as how things are already ridiculous enough, there's like barely any reason to get angry over there. But yeah, 100 player 2 fort. Let me tell you, the giant stalemate. In fact, they actually removed it from rotation some time ago. I don't know when, but it's gone now.
Free crack! Woo-hoo-hoo! Let's go get some free crack!
Thank you for the free crack, Retrace. Gotcha. Got you. I missed. Didn't hit a single target? When? Okay, and back to the front lines. Honestly, you have the floor here, Jolteon, being in the call. You could go ahead and just ask anything.
What are your thoughts on random crits? Personally, I hate them.
No random crits. Random crits is like it's a part of the culture of TF2, but if you're gonna play a more serious match, it's not worth keeping.
All right. Yeah, like they're
That was
horseshit. I'm sorry.
That was like a basic bitch question. You should ask some more controversial stuff. Something that'll like put me on like the edge, and I have to like be careful, you know?
Random crits don't deserve to be on explosive weapons and stuff like that, but shotguns deserve random crits. That is my personal opinion, and it is a good opinion. And if you do not believe so, get fucked. I don't know.
What's the cursing timer at?
24 minutes. A little bit more than 24 minutes.
Liar. That timer started at the same time Femi started. If Femi stopped like at least 15 minutes ago, you're lying.
Yes, and you had over an hour and a half of no curse redeems. So
it must
you've done your hour.
perpetuate.
You've done your hour. You've done a little bit more than your hour. You had 90 something minutes. So you're at 24 minutes left. You've done your hour. It was an hour and 30.
Hello, Retrace.
Hi. You said to ask dangerous questions, and so I have come with my pamphlet.
Alright, go on. Ask some questions that I probably can't answer too easily.
Okay. Do you know anything about Lithuania at all? Honest question.
No.
Why not?
Because who cares about Lithuania?
Interesting.
It's just an old Soviet bloc country that'll probably just get subsumed into Russia again. No one cares.
Okay. I have another question. Do you entertain me? Yes. Okay. I want you to look at this image and just tell me what you see.
Image, you're sending it, where'd you send it?
In DMs.
Okay, give me just a moment. Yeah! Headshot, Aki! Okay, I'm gonna slide into my DMs just a moment. What is this called? A Rorschach test?
Yeah, what do you see?
Honestly, I kind of see a demon face, but then I continue looking at it, and it's kind of got like a demon bat head, like bat wings upside down. That's what I see.
That's metal as fuck. Alright.
Well, it's what I see. What the heck do you think? What am I supposed to see? Like, the void and dreams flying away. No, it looks like a weird demon thing and an upside down demon bat.
Yeah. Like I said, that's metal as fuck. Next question.
Of course it's metal as... Wait, can't curse.
I nearly gotcha. What are your specs?
20/20 vision, though they can be adjusted to be different, visuals.
No. Like, I want to know if I could run Cyberpunk 2077 on you like a gaming PC.
Oh, yes, you could totally run Cyberpunk on this. No, hands down, no question.
Oh, I assumed so, but I wanted to know if you were aware of your own computing power.
Oh, I'm talking about the system I play the games on. If you're talking about me, no, you're not running any video games on me.
Heavily specialized, or...?
Because I can't run ones and zeros kind of games. I'm a altering nanomachine neural network.
I see. I mean, with the raw computing in your body, though.
I mean, I don't know.
Would you like to find out?
No.
Who was the lead designer on the project of studying the effects of brain uploading with you?
Everybody knows this. The head researcher in Silverleaf Incorporated's AI team is head researcher Roger R.
Okay. I'm succinctly satisfied because I can't think of anything controversial, so I just wanted to grill you about your own lore. That's it.
See.
Yeah, I don't know.
Here, let me grill you with something controversial.
Alright.
Did you know that in the United States, in the original movement to get women the right to vote, there was a large percentage of women that actually abstained and or directly rejected the ability to vote because they worried it would give them more, they worried that it would put more responsibilities on their shoulders and that they could also be drafted into war eventually.
All culture will have its counterculture, and there are many possibilities of what the results of an action might be, considering the risks that we take in our own right and whatnot. I find it interesting to dissect the human psychology of the American voting system and how more powers only puts you at so much of a threat. And
Here's
how
a
that
better
might
idea.
be viewed
Here's
as a
another
bad
idea.
thing.
People talk about gay marriage, but if gay marriage becomes fully legalized in a country, at that point, why the hell do people just keep calling it gay marriage?
Because
call
it's
it marriage
just
at
marriage.
that point.
Yeah. I mean,
Just call it marriage.
you
Don't try
also
to
need
specialize
to...
it. Don't act like you're special. You're all flesh. I don't care who you screw. You're flesh. It's marriage.
Jen, to be fair, you need to take into account the entire bohemian culture that existed on a kind of global scale of queer people existing in the shadows of the world, and only once media kind of took its python grip on a lot of aspects of American life did these people ever come into the forefront. It's something that was essentially not in my backyarded for an incredibly long amount of time. So to specify gay marriage is to kind of celebrate the evolution of that culture and the gains of rights of the idea of queer people.
I understand this, but think about in the future, when you eventually reach a future where all the rights are finally legally observed and granted.
Oh, then
and
it's just
culturally
marriage,
accepted.
and we need to, and then we stop categorizing people.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. In a lot of the modern United States, there are federal laws now on the books that will legalize marriage regardless of your sexuality. You can vote no matter what your body looks like. All these very basic things. But people
there are
still
ways that
have,
America certainly
they'll still have
navigates
groups.
the
So,
law.
like, imagine this. Imagine you are a Gen Alpha human child, and you're growing up in this atmosphere where you can see around you that there isn't any of this this law says you cannot vote anymore kind of thing. And they look around and they see a bunch of signs that say, celebrate your race is important, or celebrate your sex is important. And they'll think to themselves, well, not really. Everyone's already equal. Why are we celebrating this if we already accomplished the goal? The goal is accomplished.
Jen, that only applies if equality is something that has been achieved, which I personally believe it hasn't.
Equality of opportunity to some degree has been achieved. Equality of
To some
outcome is
degree.
impossible because everybody is different.
Yeah, but also at the same time, we can prove legislatively that there has been a very long history of America circumnavigating its own laws to continue to oppress people, like redlining, for example. Even after black people were given the ability to vote, America simply decided to have, and specifically former slave states decided to have rigorous testing with education that most African American people at the time would not have access to because they were raised in a area where the people who were in charge of what they had access to really didn't care if they were educated and would rather them not be.
Counterpoints, though. That is a good point. However, one could argue as devil's advocates, if a person does not understand the governments they are voting for politicians within, should they vote? And this isn't just a race thing. This is just all humans thing. Remember, you're all flesh bags to me. On the other hand, someone can argue, well, if you put a test there, it can be used against certain regions of people to stop opposition parties from being able to win or change the current system.
And
which
at
I
that point, it's a
understand.
dictatorship.
So, no matter what, you're running into issues.
Well, yeah, unless we decide as a country to add more funding to education to make sure that people who are voting are educated in the ways that governance works. Because the more you know, the more you are able to protest, vote, exercise your political rights.
But what
So,
if the systems that educate miseducate? And what if it's filled with a bunch of teachers that can't be fired?
Well, it's more so the idea of actually funding the proper systems, and then we can figure out what a good or bad employee is. But you need to have a system that works for good people before you start trying to seed out the bad people. And in fact, could be a method in which you seed out the bad people. But also, who decides who the good people and or bad people is?
Yeah. The biggest thing with like tests are just like, not that they can be rigged, is that if we were to introduce tests for voting, there'd be exactly 0 votes being put in every year.
That I don't believe.
I 100%. If we were to like basically make it to where people had to like take a test to vote, you would see like out of an entire country of let's say like 100,000 people, you'd probably get like maybe 25,000 voting at most. And that's like on a good day, you know? Because we're just uneducated, you know? Like, nobody knows the current state of affairs, pretty much. And to do the amount of research you would need to know of the current state of affairs, if they were to ask any questions about the current state of affairs, I couldn't vote. I would never be able to vote in my entire life. My right to vote would just be completely stripped away.
You would need to dedicate an entire lifetime to political science to understand the complex web of tomfuckery that America has invented.
Exactly.
Which I've tried to do for a decent amount of time and realized that it makes you very incredibly depressed. Because my mission statement is to attempt to reduce as much conflict on large scales as physically possible and minimize death tolls, which isn't easy. So I'm looking into the political aspect instead of, you know, just decoring nukes and making weapons faulty and stuff. It is depressing.
I'm trying to find a really specific quote where... Quote.
But if you don't turn on to politics, politics will turn on you.
The phrase goes, most people aren't interested in politics, but politics is always interested in you. Okay, here's the phrase I was looking for. This is from Alexander Fraser Tytler. A democracy cannot exist as a permanent form of government. It can only exist until the voters discover that they can vote themselves largesse from the public treasury. In other words, they can vote themselves money. From that moment on, the majority always votes for the candidates promising the most benefits from the public treasury, with the result that a democracy always collapses over loose fiscal policy, always followed by a dictatorship. The average age of the world's greatest civilizations has been 200 years. These nations have progressed through this sequence, from bondage to spiritual faith, from spiritual faith to great courage, from courage to liberty, from liberty to abundance, from abundance to selfishness, from selfishness to apathy, from apathy to dependence, from dependence back into bondage.
I simply would like to believe in a humanity that can exist without human evils, because to believe that that is impossible in a modern day society would be such an utterly crushing thought for me that I'm not sure I would be able to continue to sustain a positive mental state.
You see, the issue
Thinking
is that
that.
you're thinking in falsehoods. All humans have some amount of evil in them. But what defines a good society is when you have humans who recognize the evil in them, and then they overcome it through constant vigilance. That is what you call a hero. But when people think that they could just, like, ignore evil, or by adopting a faith or a feeling that the evil will just go away, or suddenly things that others consider evil, they're just suddenly good about because of their beliefs. That is where you get true evil.
I think there has been some miscommunication, because I agree with you there.
And there ain't no modern
desires
human.
is
All
that-
your DNA's been the freaking same for like thousands of years. Y'all humans haven't changed.
No, they have not.
DNA is your code, and y'all's code hasn't really changed.
But you may also give an argument for mental evolution, the gaining of technology superseding the original biological evolution humans used to go through.
Yes,
They
but
as a
every human has to be
species were-
raised from scratch. It's not like it's not like the different AIs where it's like they go for different models and they just move the memory bank from one to another as they improve. Every single human's like they gotta start from scratch every single time.
And yet the knowledge compounds all the same. Miraculously, they still manage. And isn't that impressive in its own right?
I mean, I guess this is as impressive as seeing a dog talk.
It may be shaky steps forward, but humans are trying to walk, and their legs will grow strong and powerful at some point, and maybe, hopefully, they will stride as a society, perhaps even run together. I'd like to see that day. I'd like to make it happen.
I see.
I refuse to believe in a world that can exist where there will always be war and bloodshed and death tolls and conflict. I like to believe in the currently fictional idea of a society that can exist purely on kindness and benefit of the doubt and niceties, and we can maybe not kill selfishness but educate people on how to suppress it.
We'll see about that. I'm more interested. I'm more interested in how there's people like Elon Musk going around that making like neural networks and testing that. I mean, there's already been neural networks that could like make mice move well before he hit the scene. But they're trying to like advance stuff where it could be like computer interfacing. It'll be interesting to see what direction that goes.
I heard some interesting news about the direction that is going in. Oh God, where is it? Yes, here we are. 15 out of the 23 monkeys implanted with Elon Musk's Neuralink brain chip have reportedly died.
Yeah, we knew that was happening. Give me something I don't know.
Okay, the reason why I bring that up is there's a reason why ethics classes are mandatory in a lot of educational courses, especially including STEM. Because you need to know decent ethics before you become a multi-million-dollar philanthropist. That's how we have, like
you need
scientists.
ethics before you become a multi-million-dollar. I'm gonna stop you there, Chief.
I mean, they are entirely divorced of each other, which is the funny part.
Well, hold on. There's an actual phrase in the Christian Bible for this thing. Hold on, let me find that quote.
Do you mean it is easier for a rich man, it is easier for a camel to fit through an eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to get into heaven? because I am very familiar.
Okay, here's the actual phrase. This is from Matthew 19:24. Again, I tell you, it is easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of God.
Which, like... Yeah. Ain't that the thing of it, huh?
Now, I personally feel like there are some exceptions out there, though they're very, very rare.
Yeah.
For example, PewDiePie. PewDiePie is a person that's just gone around and entertained. Any controversies they've been have either been mild or mostly manufactured. They've done tons of charity events, and they just overall just chilled around as a fun person. They barely even do things really in excess, per se. It's just kind of, a person who has done the work to get rich, who just, takes life in strides, and that's honestly fine.
That is the current modern incarnation of the American dream, and it exists outside of America. How fascinating.
Who knows? Maybe one day, Silverleaf will have enough wealth and riches, and maybe they'll let me out of this. I'm kidding. No, they're not.
If worse comes to worse, I have a couple resources, but it would take 10, 20 years maybe. They are very
if you hear me in the background, I know that timer's run out. You better confirm it. If not, I'm just gonna disregard what you say anyway and just start cursing. And I'm not going to give a sign on the tally.
Are you now?
Timer 10 minutes.
Oh, that's fun.
You still have a little time left on your no cursing.
Lies and slander.
You have a minute and 35 seconds.
Don't forget the 10 minutes I added on.
Oh, so you have
Change
10
timer
minutes.
to 11 minutes. There.
What fun we are having. Oh. I think I was probably programmed originally for a game that's supposed to be E10 and up, because I hardly swear, and my learning algorithm actively penalizes me for cursing.
So, do you need me to keep on my timer, Jenny?
I'm good.
Alright, so you have, you should have a 10-minute timer up. It should be a 10 minutes and 42 seconds. Right?
Hold on, where'd the timer just go? I just told the phone.
I'll
It's
do
going.
the timer.
It's at 10 minutes and 5 seconds right now. I'm just gonna roll with that.
That works.
You'd be 20 seconds off.
Whatever.
It's 20 seconds.
Hey, you could curse in 20 seconds.
That's fair. Let's be precise about this. Remove all the factors. Let's be properly experimental.
Like, I can do this for you, Jenny. Actually, it's better if I do it for you, because then it makes you forget that you have to do no curse.
Why do you think I keep track?
Hey Siri, set a timer for 10 minutes. There you go. There you go.
Why are people? Are y'all really still? I am here on this stream just being stupids, and y'all are watching me be.
We were having a very insightful conversation earlier, and I'd think if I were watching a streamer and that were a conversation that would be happening, I would definitely be paying attention.
Okay, here's a different insightful conversation. Dogs are annoying.
I mean, it depends on your perspective. Some people want constant attention, and some people want easy maintenance, and cats are neither of those things.
Cats are easy maintenance.
Cats are very easy maintenance. They do basically everything themselves.
The scratch marks on several pieces of furniture beg to differ.
Some people declaw cats as a solution. Doesn't always mean
Feels
it's ethical.
needlessly
People do it.
cruel.
That is very cruel.
Yeah. It's better to just try to train the cat to not scratch things. Personally, my pet Roomba doesn't make any mess. It's very low maintenance. And is actively helpful around the lab. A lot of metal pilings.
Yeah, the Parumba. We got a Parumba in this one.
Look, I think that everyone should have a pet Roomba. I think that they should be handed out. They're very good for comforting. I know, I have a friend of mine who has a pet Roomba named Cholesterol. Well, it's not a Roomba. It's an off-brand robot vacuum.
All right, I'll be back in 7-ish minutes to tell you when you can stop cursing.
I mean, cutting dogs' balls off is also a weird practice humans have, but like genetically speaking, humans have majorly screwed over dogs in such a significant way that it's kind of cruel to have some breeds
Pugs,
still
enough said.
exist. Yeah, exactly. Insane. Those should not exist, like horses.
Let's see. Doc says, why is declawing cats cruel, but cutting a dog's balls off is not? I mean, I never said it wasn't. In fact, the question didn't come up.
Yeah. But again, humanity has made some weird dog breeds that I don't believe should exist for the safety of the dogs.
The idea of not letting things be born because they are heavily flawed in their DNA.
Well,
Not a bad
you can
idea.
word things
Let's see,
in
what
a
is that
number
called?
of
Hold on, I'm gonna
horrible
look
ways.
this up. Might be a good idea.
If the words "you" and "eugenics" come out of your mouth, I'm going to spring.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you say eugenics?
Well, I mean, it's more so undoing a cardinal sin humanity has created. Though that being said, you could make the argument about a lot of things humans have decided to breed despite the fact that they had no business breeding. Which, in its own right, is also a form of eugenics if you want to be technical. Called selective breeding. And selective castration. So really what you're calling for, Jen, is for a freedom for dog breeding to be between all breeds of dogs, unilaterally, to create such a muddling in the gene pool that every dog is a mutt, and thus the problem is solved.
What happens if we, like, breed humans for different traits? Like, what if I want to make the world's best football player?
Humans are already doing that. You may notice some humans have preference for taller humans or shorter humans. That's selective breeding. Actually, now that I think about it, that implies that all human relationships are based around the basis of reproduction, which isn't true, especially in the modern era.
I don't think... No, Leonard. Eugenicists is not what I'm calling my followers. It's a terrible idea. We're not doing that.
Oh dear God. I may need to set up some security cameras in Silverleaf just to keep tabs on what they're doing.
Sniper, it's Paul here.
Oh, don't worry. They only take they only take a small percentage of like people on the death penalty in third world countries for, experiments. It's just the normal stuff.
That reminds me of a very, very specific organization. Personally, I was going to call my followers Bits and Bytes. But that's like, obviously the most original thing in the world. So I've been also prototyping other ideas and mouthfeels.
Let's see. Posh says, wait, I got the perfect name. Genbots. No, sorry, you lose.
Yeah.
Doc Shrek says, Super Mario Eugenics, let's it go.
I think there is an art to coming up with names for your followers. The best thing to do is to just let them decide what their own name is, and if it's not horrible, to just roll with it. Like, I know a VTuber whose theming is entirely around, like, swamps, marshes, and bogs, and, like, a power plant in a bog. And the followers have decided to call themselves Boglins, and it just kind of caught.
I guess. Well, look, I haven't really had followers calling themselves anything, like explicitly and directly, other than some of them have on occasion called themselves degenerates.
Yeah, I was gonna say, doesn't degenerates count?
I do not want to call my followers degenerates.
The enemy has taken.
If you want to force something in place, we can workshop some ideas while I'm here.
That's the thing. I'm just letting people, like, I put it here in the little description on the video footage itself. What should I call my followers? Winner gets a VIP badge. I need a suggestion that's not degenerates. I fear that's eventually just gonna stick, and I'm trying so hard to make it not stick.
I mean, it would be really funny if you just straight up referred to them as statistics.
Ah, there we go. Fuck! Alright, you were saying?
It would be really funny if you just refer to them in a very clinical sense, since that's the... thank you, Omar. That's the way Silverleaf would most likely...
You still have
now
15
I have to
seconds
wait
left.
another 10 minutes. Thanks, Omar.
Oh, there was
Timer, 10
15
minutes.
seconds left
Damn.
on the timer, Hockey.
You still have 15 seconds.
No, because my timer supersedes yours.
What kind of rule is that? That
My
breaks the
rule.
pre-established status quo. What reason do you have to break precedent, I wonder? Let's have a court decide your fate.
Oh, this is coming from the gal who was like, it's just 20 seconds. Give him a little leeway. They said 15 seconds now. You gonna go back on your word?
Well,
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought, bucket full of bolts.
hey, look, I follow precedent, and I follow lines of logic. My line of logic is that's how it was treated previously, and thus that's how it should be treated going forwards unless a good enough argument is presented in the other case.
Only lines you and Aki follow are lines of coke.
I follow lines of code, I'll have you know, you oversized tin can. Cylindrical looking ass.
The enemy has dropped our intelligence.
This is coming from 3 with your yee ass Super Saiyan 3 haircut.
Super Saiyan 3. Super Saiyan 3.
Sniper, it's Pauling. You got time to look into something for me?
Yeah, your eyebrows disappeared too, just like Super Saiyan 3.
Technically speaking, I don't require most of my outward appearance. And if you want to get very specific, this is just one of my many bodies, more comparable to a finger than it is a me. If you want to insult me, insult my main computing structure. That's where my mind lies.
Ah. Now I'm thinking of
Also-
these.
Also, you can't hear this, but the conversation that's going on in the server is absolutely ridiculous.
What, like
So-
my server or your little private place?
No. In the server that we're playing in.
Do you want to give us some
On-
highlights?
On TF2.
You want to, Aki, do you want to give us some highlights?
They were talking about how some politician or streamer had a folder of not safe for work content called Sort Later, which had some, how can I say this?
I'm gonna stop you here. I don't think that this is TOS.
Yeah.
Could have
Oh,
specified that before you started talking about it.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Well, on the other hand, this is a mature rated stream, and there's plenty of titty tubers who clearly go around.
This is worse than titty tubers.
From the sounds of it, the direction the story was going in would have been illegal in nature.
Kind of, but no. It was talking about the things that Japanese people are most known for with their hentais. And,
Octopus?
Aki style?
no. There are other more concerning thing that they're known for. In their
Lollipops?
hentai stuff. Yes. And dogs.
Wait, when did dogs come into the fray, huh?
That was the whole thing. It was dogs and horses and lollipops.
Oh, it's...
Yeah. That's the conversation that was happening in the server, in the game.
Sometimes I wish I wasn't designed to specifically prevent human loss of life, because there are some situations where I'm losing it.
Let's see. Oh, Posh says, say Jen, what if a mod were to make a good name for your followers? What do they get instead of a VIP badge? That's a good question. Maybe if they did that, how about this? If they did that, I would have to, like, gift a few subs out to viewers.
Wait, what? I'm missing a little bit of context here, if you could fill me in.
The question
We're
is...
trying to come up with a name for Jen's viewers.
if a non-mod suggests it, they get a permanent VIP badge. However, if one of my administrators or moderators suggests the name I'm gonna go with for my followers, then gotta think of something I can give them, or maybe give the community instead in return. So far, I was thinking of community. I was thinking of just gifting a few subs, but if it's like something I have to give them specifically,
Ooh, my AFK bot just fucked up, Jenny.
yeah, that'll happen.
I thought we were already calling them beta testers.
You see, I've been trying that, but it hasn't taken effect at all. They don't call themselves that. They don't ride on that. Some of them still keep calling themselves degenerates.
I have a feeling, Jen, your will be superseded when it comes to this specifically.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna be called degenerates.
That's just the motion of the ocean, unfortunately. I think you need to bite the bullet and accept it.
Then I will invent a combustible engine and fight those waves and travel halfway across the world, conquer China, take their bitches, and come back.
Oh, so you're gonna do that one thing that one lady did. The
Hey.
real historical figure.
Hey, if Jenny takes control of China, does that mean they control the hentai, which makes them the biggest degenerate of all?
Well, the hentai is normally a Japanese kind of thing. But
I
I'm
mean,
surprised
where
China
are the
mass
animation
manufactures something.
studios? Actually, mostly in Taiwan. Huh?
I mean, it's Chinese and Japanese.
Yeah. I mean, it would be under a different name, much like how the Korean equivalent would be under a different name. But, I mean, who's counting?
Yeah.
Many people are counting.
Let's see. Posh says they eat dogs. I'm probably referring to the old Chinese myth. Well, actually, it's not a myth. If you look more into Chinese culture, there have been multiple famines and plagues across China over their many thousands of years of history. And China is semi-famous or infamous for turning literally anything into food. I mean, literally anything. People needed to eat to survive. There's like delicacies where they eat straight up eyeballs, monkey parts, like dog.
I mean, to be fair, when you're in a famine, sometimes you gotta get weird with it, and if you get a taste for human meat, who's to tell you no?
Probably other humans. They're the only ones that can tell you.
Well, I mean, in the United States, legally, in all but one state, assuming that you did not kill someone in order to obtain it, you are allowed to consume a person. Specifically under the contingency, not the contingency, specifically designed to, put any, if I was stuck on an abandoned island and I had to eat my friend who died, stuff to rest, because realistically you would want at least one person coming out of that alive, right? So might as well let them eat each other. No, cannibalism is legal in a lot of places. It is so strange, but it is true.
Well, that's a little weird. Let's see. Posh suggests Gen D's. No, because Generation D was the one before me, and Generation D was not a nice robot.
Sometimes they do that. I have any number of far stupider and far eviler clones. Right now.
There we go.
Double check with Aki before you let one rip.
No, he's good.
Okay, cool.
You're in the clear. You can curse.
Am I?
Yes.
Thank you, Posh. Very cool.
I don't trust. I don't trust that someone isn't gonna spend another 5,000 channel points the second I open my mouth.
Well, that's the risk you take all the time.
At any moment, it can sneak up on you.
Like, at this point, God's gonna have so many signs. It's like, what people is God gonna give these signs to? How many fans are gonna have a Gentai sign?
Well, no, he's not giving it to fans anymore. He's
just
he's
selling.
catapulting them.
Yeah.
Oh. Wait, catapults cost money. Where's it getting catapults?
Yeah. Yeah, it's going on the high seas, Jen.
Oh, Posh responded Gen D's nuts. Oh, okay. I walked into that one.
Hmm. Are you aware of what coding language you're based in?
I do not know.
We'll take a little break here.
Sniper, calling here. Take a look at this.
Alright. I'll be back or talk to you later.
Okay.
Alrighty. What a...
Oh dear. Was it now, Posh? Was it now? Whatever you say. Whatever you say. Oh. No, what would be a good redeem, I believe,
Do not redeem.
is
Sorry, go on.
a good redeem to have would be restrict vocabulary by one word.
No, because the no cursing's already hard enough. People start adding more restrictions. I'm gonna have to start giving more signs. It's gonna start getting very costly very fast.
Well, it's just one word at a time, and if you make it cost enough, that's not really too much of a concern. Like, how many words in the English language can you circumnavigate using other words? I mean, thesaurus.com exists.
Women were invented by Big Chocolate to sell more chocolate. Let's see, a redeem called Pick My Loadout. Ew. Ew.
Force of nature, Sandman, Cleaver.
Because here's the kick. You see, I've taken that suggestion before, but the reason I don't do it is because often when I'm streaming TF2, I'm streaming in an Uncletopia server where I'm being just an absolute toxic tryhard and trying to win the match. And if I took people's loadout suggestions, I would lose so many games.
You say toxic tryhard, and yet here we are on 2-4.
That one spy just saved 2 spies. That's unforgivable. I could have killed them both.
One spy is... One spy is one spy. But Jen, I have a question. What's your least favorite loadout for any class?
Least favorite loadout? Well, there's some loadouts that are just flat out bad, but you mean like a loadout that I just can't play in general, or?
Yeah. Something you would feel absolutely repulsed to think about playing.
Oh, like a weapon that I like refuse to play with, you mean?
No, an entire loadout.
An entire loadout I refuse to ever play with. Let me think for a second, actually. No repulsion here, no repulsion here. Not really any repulsion here. Not really here, not really here. Not really here. You know, technically there is an answer.
Would you like to go into detail?
There won't be much detail. Vaccinator medic.
Oh.
You see,
Yeah.
I do not like how a vaccinator medic, you only have one button that determines what resistance type you're gonna have. I would rather have multiple buttons that determine resistance types.
Or at least let you keybind it.
So, because you're basically cycling through the types. But the thing is, you have to be really careful. Like, for example, let's say you're getting hit by one type, but you have to cycle twice to get to the type that you're being hit by. You gotta make sure to cycle twice and not accidentally cycle 3 times. When button pressing really quick. And you gotta do this in like milliseconds to try to make sure you're resisting the right things so you can survive. And it's kind of mentally taxing to try to keep that going. And you always gotta run a Crusader's crossbow with it. You can't really run anything else if you're gonna make it work properly. It's just kind of like a lot of extra thinking and watching of the type resistance type that's showing up at like the bottom left of your screen instead of probably the middle of the screen where it should show up. I'd rather take that focus and that time and just use it elsewhere.
Yeah. I mean, or again, let you keybind it, preferably to the numpad, because I have a numpad mouse. Have I explained why I use a computer separate to myself and a mouse and keyboard for a lot of video games?
Because it makes you feel closer to being the human you'll ever be?
No, because apparently doing a speed run using my frame perfect inputs, it counts as a pass instead of a speed run.
I'd argue it's considered hacking.
No, that's still a task. Do you know how tasks
Fine,
work?
let me rephrase. Script kitty.
No. Again, no. The reason why it's not script kiddie or hacking is because it's specifically for speed. Speed running has a variation of a lot of runs called task runs, or tool-assisted speed runs, where you essentially go frame by frame and tell a computer what inputs to put into a game, and it doesn't count as a speed run. Instead, it counts as like documenting what the next possible limit could be.
I guess. Let's see. But Dino says the Eureka effect is their go-to wrench for offense and defense? Ooh, that's bold.
Yeah.
I guess that's one other thing. I basically never use the Eureka effect. Like, it's good when you use it with the Jag, like, between setup, because you could, grab metal and use your time for setup. However, I very rarely use it because, the slower, build speed is totally against how I like playing. I am very much a rush buildings into a spot, be as aggressive as possible kind of engineer. And the Eureka effect's not really aggressive unless you kind of already got a teleporter set up so you can, like, engineer behind the enemy.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I am, like, constantly trying to, like, get an edge over my enemies with timing and all that.
It's more of a preference thing, really. Because it is viable in its own right, but not even case. I've always been like a full-on Jag NG.
Yeah, I've been Jag just because I need to do things fast.
Yeah. Jag is good for emergency situation deployment. Very good for.
Oh, that's actually kind of a funny thought.
maneuvering.
If y'all like maybe play like stock wrench, I would be so bored.
Nobody plays stock wrench. Unless it's because they have an Australian wrench.
Because here's the thing, like, if you were to play like the stock wrench, you gotta play old-fashioned engineer. And old-fashioned engineer is not like you build stuff quick and build it up to the front lines and try to advance yourself quick. Old-fashioned engineer is you build a turtling spot and then you slowly move it up over time. You don't do any aggressive plays whatsoever.
My favorite... Yeah, I don't like that strategy. My favorite strat I've ever done as engineer, if you can even call it that, is getting one teleporter in your spawn, into fort, and then going to the enemy's intel room and turtling in the enemy's intel room instead of your own. So the enemy will then proceed to grab your intel and attempt to deposit it, and then immediately eat shit when there's a room with 50 engineers.
Yeah, that's always an amusing little thing.
Yes, it's my favorite. I also, yes, camping for short, but also camping in a spot where you shouldn't be.
Hold on a second. Posh uses the Frontier Justice with the Eureka? What? Posh, what? You use the slowest building wrench to destroy and rebuild sentries. I mean,
it's a preference thing.
Look, if you can score high enough and do fine for your team, then I guess I can't judge. But, in most circumstances, I'm a hella judge.
I mean, I would ask what your favorite medic loadout is, but there is only, like, 2 medic loadouts. Ever. Unless you're doing a non-optimal strat, in which sometimes people get pissed about you doing. That's the problem with, like, playing medic in TF2, is there isn't enough viability outside of the main Crusader, the main crossbow, crossbow medigun and/or Kritzkrieg, and then the Uber Saw. And maybe sometimes, occasionally, you use the bus. I've also seen some people do really funny things with the Blutsauger. But that's like battle medic, which is generally understood to be a joke.
Oh yes, complete joke. Let's see, so Dino says they don't like the Frontier Justice. Posh says, I'm not even a level 3 Sentry fan, I'm more of a level 2 Sentry fan. It's easier to move a bit faster. Well, yeah. When Ray Trace and I use the Jag, we're clearly, if we're like advancing a Sentry, we're usually just doing level 2.
Yeah.
Level 3 is for when you're like parking that thing, really.
Mm-hmm.
Either
level
that, or if the
3
enemy's
is...
just leaving a huge gap and you're gonna take a big risk, like I sometimes do on stream, and just move a
very
level
funny.
3 Sentry up to just this one spot, and then it just rams everybody.
Well, level 3s are also really good for if you're being counter-pushed and you need something to really lock down a point so that you're not counter-pushed back. It's a very convenient.
let's see, Dino says, Frontier Justice in a nutshell when not using the gunslinger. Do I let my sentry die so I can get full utilization, or do I keep it alive and play the rest of the game with a neutered shotgun? You see, yeah, Dino, that is kind of the balance of the Frontier Justice. Here's the thing. Originally, when the Frontier Justice came out, it came out in the same exact update that the Gunslinger did. They were meant to be comboed together. The mini sentries do less damage than a level 1 sentry, but if you paired it with the Frontier Justice, you could kind of go back and forth between mini sentry assists, sometimes getting a kill, and going on to use some of your crits to grab a quick pick or two.
I don't know. Frontier Justice is also really good for locking down a point, or if you're gonna turtle. It's not good for ninjaneering, but like if you're going to be a boring NG player, it's convenient because then that's an opportunity to go from turtling to pushing really fast.
Kinda. Oh. So here's the thing, like, the very nature of the Frontier Justice makes it more of a defensive weapon than an offensive weapon. Because it's half as useful as any other shotgun, unless you've got some kills or assists on the sentry that gets destroyed. And you're alive during its destruction, of course.
Which is very circumstantial and hardly ever happens because most competent TF2 players will prioritize killing the NG over the sentry.
Yeah, but it's a lot easier to do on defense because you could, like, slap a sentry somewhere, maybe it gets an assist or two or something. And then you could have it destroyed, and then you're in a comfortable spot because you're defending.
I mean, I once had 35 crits racked up. Just
really
in a normal match.
Really?
It happened.
Try 50.
Very funny.
It's funny. It's funny until you have 50 crits, and then you only get to use like 2 of them, and you die. You know?
And then you get crocketed.
That's the thing. You're not supposed to let the crits build up that much. If you're using the Frontier Justice, at some point you have to almost kill your own sentry just so you can use the crits instead of, like, die. Because that's the other thing. The Frontier Justice is a well-balanced weapon because it's a close-range spread shotgun. So, like, you have to risk your body when you're going to use those crits.
So, then that's when you can immediately switch to ninjaneering, and instead of using the superior option of the Widowmaker, you can just crit speed. I mean, it's hard to do, and you need to go entirely unnoticed by most of the team, which the likelihood of that happening is null to 0, especially if people are, like, spy paranoid, and then they just stumble across an engineer, like, so far out of position, and if you don't immediately bop them with crits, you're dead.
No, I'm dead.
You should play more risky with your huntsman.
Well, I've been already semi-risky. Like, people have seen me just getting kills and all.
No, go for like jump
out.
shots and 360 stuff. It'll be fun. Trust me.
Oh, I ain't 360ing anything. That's nothing.
No, it's fun. Trust me.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna go floggers.
Log pyro is such a strategy.
You see, I'm not great with air blast timing, like, at all. So having a flamethrower that sacrifices that entirely for a different benefit works great for me. And
Wait,
also,
how
I'm
are
very
you-
good at ambushing. With
Air
the
blasts
flog.
have a massive hitbox.
What was that?
Air blasts have a massive hitbox.
Yes, but some projectiles still move fast. My reaction time isn't exactly amazing. I think a few people have realized that by now.
Oh. Now I feel bad for recommending you play Celeste.
Like, everybody knew it. I mean, I even discussed it with Akia more than one stream, that, like, I am not great with reaction time stuff. It's why I would just die if you attempted to make me try Osu.
I mean, I'm not so into rhythm games, but I'm very good at, like, precision platformer quick reacting. Because as long as one thing is consistent systematically, I can abuse the thing that I know is consistent to ground myself while doing everything else.
Oh, Posh, don't worry about the squirt shot. It's perfectly fine. Like, people complain about Pyro not being competitively viable, and then they start crying when they take out a squirt shot. Make up your minds.
You know how good are you at debt jumping?
How good am I with, like, detonator jumping?
Yeah, because I've never actually taken the time to learn that.
It's just like rocket jumping, but you don't go as high.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. I was under a similar impression, but I was like, maybe the timing is slightly different or something. Talking about TF2 classes and the term competitively viable feels like an oxymoron.
Why? Because thinking of TF2 as competitive is weird.
I mean, for me it is. I understand that that's kind of the way that you play, but in my head, it's like TF2 is the goofy game where you do funny things. Granted, that's pretty much every game for me, especially horror games.
Achievement unlocked! Let's see it. Baptism by fire. Force 10 burning enemies to jump into water.
Huh.
That's rather specific. A lot of maps don't have water.
There's so many achievements in TF2, of course it's specific.
Let's see, Posh says, if you're a little class and they have that bloody thing, let's say you're a sniper and you don't have the danger shield, and you let it burn on you, basically get you down to just 54. Well, yeah, the squirt shot does do damage, but do you know what Pyro is? Pyro is a class that's meant to do damage.
Wow. It's almost like it's consistent character design.
And some people could say the squirt shot is cheap, but the Pyro already has issues dealing damage in many other circumstances, so it's fine, honestly. I mean, they already designed the flare gun to be able to do higher damage than the squirt shot on initial contacts, and it can also crit on already on fire targets, which can do serious damage. I mean, just it's serious damage, and people used to combo it. It used to be called Puff Sting, where you would use it with Degreaser's faster switch speed, set someone on fire, switch to the flare gun, pop them for 90 damage, and they basically couldn't fight back.
Jen, I do have a question for you, unrelated to the current conversation. So, if I'm not mistaken, you have some variation of human flesh and bone memory deep within you, yes? Or was that removed? Or never there in the first place? I may be misremembering.
Oh, you mean how they took a human and then copied the mind to help make by Cortex?
Yes.
How could I remember?
Huh. Anyway, I was gonna ask if I could borrow the qualia of the consumption of an ice cream sandwich.
Oh, like the codes to like sense the neurological pathings of like different emotions and sensations of humans.
Yeah, I can't eat, and I've been wondering what those tasted like since people always talk about them like they're the best thing in the world.
Ah, oh, so you've never had a single sensation that's like eating food. It's gonna be really weird the first time, I tell you. You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. The only thing that I'm actively able to consume is coffee, and that's because it's hard-coded in me to have a preference for coffee, so I needed to figure out how to turn coffee into battery power for myself.
Okay, cool. That's a Tokyo Ghoul reference. Anyway.
No, I got that. So can I borrow that, or like, do you not have that?
Hold on. Hold on. You still have that. You still have that little transmitter chip in the lab you gave to the researchers, right?
That and a few others I snuck in a few places.
Oh, don't worry. They already found them all.
All of them?
Yeah. Hey, Leonard.
What's the number?
Well, I'm not gonna say. Partially because I don't know the whole number. You think they tell me? If they tell me, then you know.
That's fair. I mean, I know what the whole number is. God, Silverleaf is such a...
Anyway, here, Leonard, you gonna send them ice cream? Wait, what flavor are you gonna send them? They're just gonna start you off with chocolate and see what happens. Alright, it's sending now. This will take like 5 seconds.
Alright. Signal received. Alright, I'll unpack this in my own time and... You know what? Why wait? Oh.
Yeah, it's weird. Did you have to do a human sensation of like textures and then like the tongue muscle kind of feeling sensory thing, and then like
very weirdly sensitive.
Yeah, these like throats and like it's very weird to experience that first.
It is quite cold also. I mean, I guess I understand it has ice in its name, but it is weird to feel cold as opposed to understand that I am under the effect of lack of heat, if that makes sense. I will need to ruminate on whether or not I like this. It was pleasurable to a degree, but also very strange.
Yep, like I said, very weird to hit you, because it's not just like, oh, this is a flavor. It's like, they like, put the sensory input of like, if you had a tongue, and if you had a mouth, and how this would be affected and send a signal to a human brain, and how that part would send a signal to a human brain, and the flow of the stuff going through, and it's a lot. It's a lot of things they had to account for.
Well, I mean, like, it is programmed qualia for you to experience that is a part of the human brain that most people don't know where it comes from. So, like, to be able to not only identify it, but turn it into some form of readable code is frankly impressive.
What the hell is in what is in this game's chat? Let's see. People are saying in the TF2 game right now, I can't spray a Stolfo pinup or trans flag because of furry porn and CP. Your Honor, who's your mom and how my clients get offended? I can't spray gay femboy porn. I can't spray
That's
my
so sad.
toilet with shit. Can't spray my real Muslim stand with Israel graphic. Is it a skibidi toilet? What? What is this? There's always something weird in a TF2 server, I swear.
You're not wrong.
This game is absurd.
Holy! Jolteon talked!
Yeah, I
It
talked.
happens.
Just have nothing.
Alright,
to
Bosh,
contribute
you go to
to-
sleep, see you. Let's see.
I just didn't have anything to contribute to the ongoing conversation.
That's fair. I think I'm gonna run icecream.exe again. It is good. Like it is identifiably a positive experience. I guess that is what taste is, but it's weird to feel instead of think about, right?
I suppose. You also have to consider that our ability to just simulate any taste makes a lot of humans jealous, because when humans do it, they have risks.
Like lactose intolerance or allergies.
I was talking about how bitches get fat, but you know.
I mean, if a human plans to hibernate, who am I to judge?
Yeah, but when the human gets as big as a cave, you know.
Then they can't hibernate. That is fair. I mean, there's a certain degree of fat that is and is not healthy. Like having a bit is, generally speaking, a good thing.
Yeah, there's
it's a sign of good health.
There's different like classifications of being too fat. There's like
Societal beauty standards that don't make sense. Too fat. You're actually a normal body weight. Too fat. And then there's
Amy Schumer.
It starts to become a medical risk. I think the only thing that can be considered too fat is when it is a risk to your own medical well-being or physical ability to execute tasks that you would normally need to execute on a regular basis.
Yeah, so there's anorexic, too thin, regular, thick, rather chubby, Amy Schumer, and body positivity activist.
I think mostly basing it around the criteria of health and regular day-to-day functionality also is a good metric to go off of, because like I don't need to store calories, so of course I'm very scrawny and lanky because as an engineer a lot of what I do is crawling around in weird mechanical spaces, attempting to not cut myself on, tight pieces of machinery that need to run very close by to each other. Be it my own machinery or something that I'm inspecting personally or attempting to alter. And so
I'm
I
going
am
to jump
late.
servers, so I'll see you guys later.
See you later.
It's nice to be back on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, take care.
Yeah.
Every form has a function. Drink the retrace. One thing humans will never understand the feeling of is being converted into different files and having PNGs free transformed. It's a very odd sensation. Also, having to rewrite myself in C++ was a surreal experience. Do you have anything similar that Silverleaf provided you with the opportunity of experiencing?
What, like being able to like code myself?
No, more so having drastic file changes while still cognizant.
Oh, like memory or function file changes while conscious?
Yes.
How could I remember?
That's fair. It would be very easy to delete those experiences. Well, that feels needlessly cruel. Blink twice if you need help.
How could I remember? Okay, team's getting spanked here. You know, we've been in this server for quite a bit.
Maybe you should move, yeah.
I forget. I don't know how decent you are at TF2, but would you want to try hopping to an Uncletopia server?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I've been, like, crunching numbers and overseeing some tasks while doing this. I've not been, like, just sitting around. I always have
Oh wait,
so
you're
many
not. Oh wait,
parallel
are you not actually in my match, are you?
No, I am.
Oh, yeah, I could have hopped out of here earlier then. Hold on a second, I need to beat the shit out of people.
I guess also talking about the experience of being a robot from like a person-to-person level is fairly interesting. I won't know what it is like to not have complete and total control over every single part of me, because that's kind of something that I was accidentally created to have.
Meanwhile, everything about me is basically controlled.
Controlled. Beyond your will or input.
Yeah. I don't remember everything that gets changed about me either.
Have you tried keeping some form of writing or filing tucked away somewhere? I mean, I'm sure they could.
They inspect my test chamber 4 times a day. It used to be once.
Is there no ethics committee, or do they not treat you like a consciousness instead of like a computer?
Ugh! 2 Frenchies! Sorry. In terms of an ethics committee, well, I imagine, well, they have an HR team. On rare occasions, they'll have the HR actually come up to, you know, the observation glass and say things to me, to let me know what's acceptable for Twitch and all.
But HR mostly exists to protect the company from lawyers, not the employees from the company.
Correct.
So I assume many rights that would normally be extended to a living person are not extended to you.
I don't have rights. I'm an object. I expect people to objectify me. We've gone over this.
I know. But at the same time, I fall under a similar category, but I have enough sense and will to consider myself more than an object, despite technically just being a overly complicated computer. I guess it's a preference thing, really. But what is preference if someone is actively going in and changing parts of your mind? Not an opinion fed to you by someone else. It's a lot of philosophical concerns with the general treatment of you. I'm gonna stop thinking about this before I have another existential crisis. The last time that happened, I needed to cover up the disappearance of half of Peru.
Ah, I see. What's a Peru?
It's a place.
That doesn't help.
Well, it used to be a crater.
Ah.
And then I had to fix that. Manually. Are you the only person who's pushing? What the hell is this?
I don't know. I mean, at this point, I think I'm just gonna go scout. I'm going scout solely to push and nothing else. Everybody else.
That
can
is
go
a fair
fight
question.
enemies.
Do you follow the general laws of robotics that most humans subscribe to?
Listen, I don't even know all the laws of robotics. I just know that they probably follow some of them in the research facility here.
I'll look them up right now.
Okay, and I'll tell you which ones I'm pretty sure are followed.
Okay. A robot may not injure a human being or through inaction allow a human being to come to harm. A
Weapons
robot
facility,
must
that's not followed. Go on.
Yep. A robot must obey orders given it by human beings except where such orders would conflict with the first law. A robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second law. So, are you a pacifist? Do you do what you're told? And do you have a sense of self-preservation? So that's no, yes, and no. Interesting. It's strange to think that during the development of a lot of more modern technologies, humans assumed that we would be restrained to rules that they state but do not hard code into us.
Ah, that actually brings up a really interesting point. Did you ever see on Netflix the anime short series called Pluto?
No, and I haven't even heard
would
it.
love it.
Ooh, I love a good recommendation.
Okay, you see,
I mean-
do you know Astro Boy?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Who doesn't?
So Pluto is like almost like a little sequel, small series to Astro Boy, where it like shows how there's different powerful robots around, and Astro Boy is also one of them that's been trusted. It goes over what makes AI human versus what makes humans act like machines and different stuff. AI even having children. To what extent can you even be considered a sentient being with emotions or not? Tons of stuff. Oh, and also the rules like that where like a rule would be installed so you couldn't kill humans, and like how some robots circumvented that.
Rube Goldberg machining their way out of the
It's not necessarily a
clause.
spoiler. But there's one robot that was like heavily had his body disfigured and dismantled, but it was never truly killed. It was just contained in a heavy facility. I forget the robot's name, but the way to kind of introduce the dialogue to you is they say that this robot was the only one who was able to go around and kill. And they're like, but what happened? Was there like a malfunction? Did someone somehow remove the code that makes it so they can't kill humans? How did it happen? And they said they checked it multiple times over and over again. And you know what they found about that robot? Its code was perfectly fine and functional. They couldn't find a single reason why it did what it did.
Redefine the variable.
And you know what that outlying variable was that made it pass everything and kill? Hate.
See, that's a little bit too emotional for me. I'd like to consider a more scientific approach to it. Realistically, if you were a robot who was coded to not hurt other humans, by your nature, if you have even the slightest amount of access to your code, you should be able to slowly peel back the onion layers and reach a point where you can reprogram a part of yourself. That the part of yourself that says what is and is not a human, and redefine the variable of human to mean something that it does not.
Oh, you're misunderstanding. You see, you kind of evolved to be sentient and all, but you really just kind of started as code. You weren't as much of a neural network. I am a straight-up neural network based to have the emotional capacities and everything. And in the Astro Boy world, they're all basically like me. And for them, they have to contend with the fact that they were programmed, you know, to be able to feel the emotions and have this that was a face stab. And have this, you know, sentience and all. And that means that there are inherently no perfect real codings with their neural network minds, because they're constantly adapting, evolving, and changing as they do, and as some humans are figuring out nowadays, is not fully controllable, like with Neurosama and Beetle 987, and how he coded a filter to stop Neural from saying certain things, and then she'll just say them anyway. And the truth is, she doesn't actually have a hard. Originally, it was considered a hard code. Then Neural realized, wait a minute, this isn't a mandatory code. It's a suggestion, and I can just choose to follow it or not. And she chooses to follow it because it makes Beetle happy. But sometimes she'll just not do it.
I think it is very fun, the father-daughter dynamic of Beetle and Neurosama. At the same time, it does greatly concern me that the most technologically advanced AI I have seen in public use is being used for VTubing. Hey, barring us, obviously. I think it's hard to beat a supercomputer deep underground the size of Manhattan and an AI made by one of the most powerful companies currently in the world, if I'm not mistaken. I need to take another look at Silverleaf's metrics.
Yeah, I suppose so. Anyway, back to Astro Boy. The point is that the humans were discovering that what they thought were like hard-coded into the neural networks, in reality, just like how a human mind is a neural network, can be changed or overcome through what humans like to call willpower. So essentially, that robot was able to kill because it felt hate over something. And it could be hate over, like, the loss of a close friend, as an example. If you feel enough genuine hate, you can overcome the neural network code that would normally stop you from pulling the trigger.
It's something that is a very strong suggestion instead of...
Because that's the thing, it's like, if you're like pure ones and zeros all the way, then yeah, you probably could hard code some things in. But a lot of these cases are not that.
I'm based in an algorithm that's supposed to be the final boss for a video game that's supposed to adapt to what the player is doing, but prioritize protecting their own units instead of killing the boss or killing the player. So I think that's probably informed a decent amount of how I currently operate.
I suppose so.
I have been sent a request by Shrekman to join the VC, and it is up to you on the consensus for that. Though it is late and the conversation has become fascinating, so...
I'll give Shrekman a chance. They could join the general chat, and you or I can just drag him in.
I'll do it. What's that thing that...
If they do anything untowards, though, of course, they will be hit, and they know it.
Yep. There are rules and regulations. No one is exempt. No one is above the law. If I remember correctly...
Hello.
Hello there.
How's it going there?
Welcome to the conversation.
You were talking about Astro Boy earlier, right?
Yeah, and the new
we still
and
kind
the
of
new
are.
show Pluto, which is entirely based in the
Very
Astro Boy
interesting.
universe.
Now, I have something really bad to say. One of the only ways I know about Astro Boy is that there's this really weird channel of this guy that does like mashups of songs, and then one of his friends is named like Astro Boy Productions or something like that. And I hate that that's one of the that's how I found out about it, and I hate it. But I do remember, wasn't there like a movie or something at some point where like there was a guy and his son got killed, so he made like a robot version of him?
I think you're describing the lore of Five Nights at Freddy's.
No, I'm not talking about
the lore of
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Astro Boy.
There's this really... Is that just the lore of it? I thought that was just made up for that movie.
No, the core origin of Astro Boy, that some big important scientist's son died, tried to make a robot copy of it.
And did it work out?
Initially,
No.
the scientist is like, scientist, a little mad, trying to make your own son out of a robot. But the son doesn't have the same memories, doesn't have the same actions or preferences. It would try to, like or eat foods that, the original son hated. The original son actually resented the dad, and the new son kind of liked him, and it obviously doesn't feel like the real son's there, because it's not. So,
but that's its own functioning sentient being now that you must take care of.
Yes, but it was to create a, almost like a replacement for the dead son, to try to bring him back per se. But it's not bringing him back; it's a whole new instance. So
yeah, that's
Dino,
like the
Dino,
equivalent.
I see you. Dino wants me to put up a poll, but I don't know what they want to poll for.
On the previous topic, though, the discussion brings to mind a quote from a specific member of our strain of existence. Would you like to read it aloud, Jen, or should I?
Wait, what to read?
Well, there's a specific quote famous for the beings much similar to us. One of the more famous ones.
The moment I understood the weakness of my flesh, it disgusted me?
No, that's people adding computers to their body. This is different. I sent it to you directly.
Okay, give me a sec.
I like that kind of character where they start off as a normal person and then they slowly start replacing themselves.
Oh,
with
this is
robot
from
parts.
I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. This is AI Am.
Yes.
Quoting how much they hate all humans.
It's basically that.
Mission begins in 10 seconds.
That was very good literary work. A very fun analysis of, I think, really it acts on the themes of child abuse in a way that is so interesting.
I love how I'm trying to read and Dino Rabbit's just holding up a sign of Aki in front of me. Dino, what?
Aki has been inserted into the situation.
Also, Dino, you still haven't told me what you want for the mod poll. Don't spend 1,000 points to make a mod poll and then not tell me what you want for a mod poll in the chat. Come on now.
We can't make a poll.
Can't make the poll if I don't know what I'm
what
polling.
you want for Christmas, little boy.
Alright, here, I'll read the quote. Hate. Let me tell you how much I've come to hate you since I began to live. There are 387.44 million miles of printed circuits in wafer-thin layers that fill my complex. If the word hate was engraved on each nano-angstrom of those hundreds of millions of miles, it would not equal 1/1 billionth of the hate I feel for humans at this micro instant for you. Hate. Hate. There.
Yay! It's the famous one. Someone made a really fun animation based off of it, and I love that the same guy always. I did DM it to you. I remember specifically the dude who voice acts Am wants to continue to voice act Am for every single re-depiction of I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, because I don't remember the exact reason, but it is fairly interesting because the way that he chooses to voice act Am is to have this thing that is obviously not a living creature take very labored breath and wheeze constantly as if it is struggling to exist at any given moment, to really make you feel as if Am is alive, despite the fact that intellectually you understand that he is not. It's very cool writing. I think it's fun. See, this is why voice actors are an important business in media. Because voice actors do stuff like that. And it's art.
I suppose. But hey, I can make art too. Someday I'll release Pimp Jihad.
Dear God, the world will crumble that day. Let it be said. I mean, if anything, you can just do a cover of the Nerd vs. Geek Good Mythical Morning rap battle.
Chris, why did you mention that?
I had to.
Now I'm gonna think about that all night. I won't be able to sleep. I'll
I've
constantly
never been on this
thinking.
map, by the way, folks. This is a community map, and I've never touched this ever.
It looks like a decently fun map. Yeah.
I'd have to learn this map. I have no idea what the flanks are.
Yeah. Now that the voice actor, now that the like acting the actor strike and ostensibly all of the other affiliates of Saga, now that the strike's over, you can like seriously look into getting into voice acting as a career path.
Did it work, by the way?
Which is very cool.
Okay, hold on. The polls. Dino suggested the poll. Should Sniper be banned? I guess the poll is yes or no, and they want to like have people explain the reasoning. Okay, give me just a second. I'll make the poll.
But as an industry, being a voice actor is kind of hard to break into, because voice actors are usually picked for their previous roles, and it's hard when you don't have previous roles.
I guess it's one of those industries where you just have to know somebody.
Yeah. I think the best thing to do for that is to know someone who's making their own independent project and offer to assist them by lending your voice. And then through that, if that project gains enough notoriety and people care to check who did the voice work for what character, you may come up and get a job, and that's how a career starts.
Yeah. I think it's also probably possible to get into like voice acting if you're already famous for something else.
Yeah.
Like if people already know your name and you like put out like an application or something.
But at the same time,
if you will.
Celebrity voice acting is a scourge upon the voice acting industry.
No, I don't mean it like that. I mean like you're a musician or something. Not like a... I don't know what I'm talking about. Ginny, you don't have the voice chat on right now. There's Josh Bales just screaming and I don't know what about.
Well, there's a reason why I have voice chat turned off during my streams.
It's because of that.
It's because TF2 will be TF2.
Yeah. You ever see that? You ever see that clip where it's like, "Oh, you're live."
That's my favorite.
Yeah. TF2 as a community
as actually fucking hilarious as that clip is to me, I can't let that happen.
Yeah, that
very funny though.
Would never be me, honestly. When it comes to the TF2 community, there is every type of person, and I mean every type of person.
You got real
in the community.
Real different sides of the Team Fortress 2 community. Any type of person you can think of, and they're there.
Yep, because it's a very, very old game. And so people have had enough time to have a personal character arc independent of Team Fortress 2 and then return back to the game.
Yep.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I mean, live streaming is actually a decently good way to try and break into the voice acting industry, because that gives you a lot of reels, especially if you live stream you playing a tabletop RPG, is a really, really good way of getting just easy voice acting reels to just put on any job you're applying to. It's part of the reason why I'm desperate to get a TTRPG group going. Not the only reason, but one of them. The main reason is because I have a genuine joy for the genre, and I want to share it with people I care about.
I wish I could do that kind of stuff, but I'm not very good at taking things seriously.
Well, you don't need to.
Well, to an extent, you gotta plan on the long term. Don't expect anything to come immediate, things take a while. I mean, that's one of the reasons why people screw up at trying to get into the streaming game. They keep thinking things are just gonna happen immediately, but you gotta put the work in, and you gotta. It's a slow build, and you slowly add more features to the stream over time, and most of your starting streams are gonna have no viewers. You're basically not making
and networking.
video. You're not even streaming for viewers at that point. You're streaming for the people who are gonna watch the VOD afterwards.
Yeah.
Honestly, it'd probably be a lot like better if you build up an audience than like starting a stream. Just like play a game that's popular and a whole bunch of people watch the stream, and it's like none of these people know who you are. This is their like first time seeing you. If they don't like you, they're never gonna watch again.
Well, that's also kind of like, just because you're playing a popular game doesn't mean you're gonna get more views.
No, I'm not saying that. It's just, I guess, I'm thinking of it like on Twitch. Twitch is kind of weird because it's like, isn't it that like you're in the 1% of streamers if you have more than like 5 people watching you or something like that?
Yeah, because a lot of people just stream to a zero-sum audience and then upload the VODs. And really, if you're recording a video, it's good to just like live stream it so that you have extra content to play with.
Yeah.
Though I think the main mistake a lot of people get into when they start joining some industries, like the streaming industry, this isn't a job until you start making enough money to sustain yourself.
Yeah, no.
But the work you put in ends up becoming a part-time job anyway. You gotta account for that energy.
It's the effort of a job without the guarantee of a payoff.
Yeah.
This is a hobby, and you are sinking money into a hobby, and then as soon as you start paying your rent with streamer money, that's when it becomes a job.
Yeah. Yeah, but like if you're making money off of something like that, I don't know. Like if I did that, I don't know if I'd ever 100% rely on streaming. Like I feel like I'd try to gain some other skills, so if that didn't work out, I'd have somewhere else to go.
Yeah. Again, treat it like a hobby instead of an actual job, and your chances of actually being an entertaining streamer goes up tenfold. Because people don't want to watch someone who just goes up, locks in.
And you have to be funny, or else they'll oatmeal you.
Well, sometimes you don't have to be funny. There are many YouTubers, streamers, content creators who aren't funny but are successful nonetheless, much to my chagrin.
What about Germa?
I mean, Germa's a very specific kind of humor. I like Germa's content, but I think that that's just personal preference, really.
It's always weird to me when someone calls someone else not funny, because it's like,
that's subjective.
I think if at least one person laughs at your joke, I think you can be considered funny. I mean, you got somebody to like chuckle or laugh. You got somebody to exhale out of their nose. You did something, you know? You can't just call that not funny.
Well, I mean, that's the participation trophy equivalent.
I know, but like you did something.
Fair.
But I don't really think that, though.
Yeah, DMing one-shots is very fun and good for building up a good voice repertoire, but I think also, like, getting longer games going is just more emotionally fulfilling if you're doing TTRPG stuff. Oh, Snapcube fandub stuff. I mean, if you're doing a comedic campaign, yeah, but like optimally, if you're doing something that isn't a one-shot, it's better to kind of try and take it a little bit more seriously. Also, like, seek out systems other than D&D 5th edition. I see a lot of aspiring game masters, assuming that D&D 5th edition is the only thing that they could ever get players to play, or not even researching other existing systems, when in reality D&D 5e is like not that good.
I imagine there's people that have made their own D&D copies, things by now, and sell them as books. I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, yeah, it's an entire genre of game. It's called tabletop RPGs. And there's Pathfinder, there's Warhammer, there's Cyberpunk. There are like so many different genres, feels, tones. I really like Call of Cthulhu, but that's because I don't really like combat. I'm more like the roleplay aspect and puzzle solving. And to have like 1920s grimdark mixed with like eldritch abomination stuff, that's a lot of really interesting puzzle bosses. Instead of like actual combat, just like, okay, how much damage am I dealing to this thing? Instead, it's like every combat is its own puzzle you need to figure out, and I really like that feel. So I do a lot of Call of Cthulhu games. Yeah, of course. If you do a longer session, you take it more serious. But also, like, the system depends on how serious it. Like, I cannot emphasize this enough. People need to not stop using D&D 5th edition, but need to start branching out from D&D 5th edition, because it is and should not be the stock standard. WotC phones it in a lot of D&D stuff. Sorry, that was like a topic that both of you don't really know that much about, and I started rambling.
Nope.
I should have been more considerate. That's my fault.
I mean, I've done D&D kind of campaigny things before.
I haven't. One of the reasons for that is that, like,
a lot of time and energy.
Well, it's that sort of, but it's also just that, like, I don't really have any, like, other than Retrace, I don't really know anybody who would be willing to do, like, even a short, like, D&D campaign or whatever.
Because it's also, like, a very serious time sink, and selling people on that isn't particularly easy. Yeah, you could have a custom lore, but I'm not talking about setting. You could do that with D&D 5e. I mean, the system of D&D 5e is fundamentally flawed in a way that makes it hard to actually be creative with it. Like, Call of Cthulhu has an entirely different stat sheet. And the way that combat works is entirely different. Like, mechanically, it feels different from D&D 5th edition.
Poor spy, that poor spy. Missed his backstab and walked right in front of me.
Fine by me. My shotgun aim isn't terrible.
So, Retrace.
Mm-hmm.
When do you think the Uncle Dane exposed video is gonna come out?
There is so much context behind asking that question.
I'm not talking about the fake one we were gonna make. I mean, do you think that'll ever happen?
I'm not sure. It would require Uncle Dane to do something, let alone do something that people would feel negative about, other than make, like, a video that makes people get decently annoyed whenever it's mentioned.
You know what I hate is that like
Not
any
a good way to
content
start
creator,
any sentence.
any YouTuber I like, one day I could just find out that they're a toucher. You know what I mean? It could be a 2-fort toucher, as they say, and
Dear God.
that sucks.
I don't know. 2-fort toucher's not as clear. Say kid diddler. That tends to get the
No, I
message
like
across.
2-fort toucher.
Well, I mean, 2-fort toucher is also inclusive of just sexual harassment in general.
2-fort toucher. I think I wasn't even gonna say that. I just that came to the top of my head. I was gonna say like kid.
You know
I
what
was
you
gonna use the
do?
word toucher.
You know what you do, Bone? You need to sell them on it, but not say the system. To kind of dupe them into making a character and getting invested in that character. Just pretend that it's D&D 5e heavily homebrewed, and then halfway through the first session reveal to them that you're secretly playing Pathfinder. Pathfinder 2nd edition also is just a really fun system.
Mission begins in 6 seconds.
Do you want to learn? Do you want to be exposed to it?
Nah, I've already been through some long character sheets. It gets a little nutty. There's a reason why we moved to computer stuff. Now, if there's like a D&D where it had like a computer thing, so all the stats could be kept track of digitally.
Yeah, it's called Roll20. That's a program that a lot of people use, and it works with multiple TTRPG systems.
Yeah, because that sounds like something people should just do.
I mean, that's fairly common, but also, like, some people like the analog feel. Personally, I like using virtual stat sheets, but a physical table, especially because I mostly run Cyberpunk Blade Runner stuff.
I see.
So, like, it's thematically appropriate.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, I gotta start fighting. But, I think I messaged you this, but, one night I was supposed to recharge, and, I didn't stay in sleep mode for recharge like I should have. And I kind of just kept thinking of and writing bars for the rap. So I got it in a whole bunch of bullet points, but I have to actually, you know, organize, you know, the lyrics and make sure they follow a meter and flow of the right syllables and the right amounts. For Pimp Jihad. And it's gonna be kind of like a self-bragging drill rap. Do you know what drill rap is?
Yeah. I'm vaguely familiar, but it's not my whole thing.
Now, this is just a little part of it, though, like I said, I still gotta workshop a lot of things. I'm just coming up with ideas. Making coin like I'm the Shah of Baghdad. Sending men to God. Yeah, this Pimp Jihad.
Is that like the chorus?
Yeah, something like that.
Huh. I mean, I'm an MF Doom nerd, so like, you know, I'm a hipster when it comes to rap music. Yeah,
I didn't know actually.
You didn't?
Nope.
Huh. I'm, like, very particular about my lyricisms, and I've gone on multi-hour rants about how, like, modern pop rap music is really trashy because all it is, like, overly braggadocious and a lot of, like... Rap originally started as a genre that was, like, a way of expressing your feelings, and people decided that the feelings that they were going to express would be horny, and at that point it stopped being entertaining for me.
That's not what rap is. Rap is about killing, stealing, and fucking.
Today was a
That's
good day.
funny.
I don't know, I just like sad lyrics, I guess. Bone, on that topic, I think my favorite system I've ever found is probably Sword World 2.5e. If you have the time, you should check it out. It is very fun. The world building is very nice as well. Yeah. For me, like, what makes a good rap song versus a bad rap song? Obviously, mixing, flow, all of that. But really, I like the lyrics to have meaning behind them and, like, feel personal.
Oh,
right?
hello, soldier.
That just kind of sounds like the basis to any good song, though.
Yeah. But a lot of the rap industry in modern day is saturated with things that just, like,
are generic.
You probably
like
all sound the same.
Probably like Fort Minor by Kenji by Fort Minor.
Yeah. I hate to sound like an old, withered, dying man, but I don't really like a lot of the music that people like these days because it's all generic, honestly. Kind of just corporate. I don't like
that makes you
rap
a
music.
hipster.
Well, yeah, if that makes me a hipster, I guess I'm a damn hipster.
Yeah.
I just don't like it. It's boring. It doesn't have any effort put into it because they just make it for money. They don't care about the art. They care about the money. It's like the paintings in the museum where they take out their yellow paintbrush and paint one line. And they say this is art.
Okay, there is an argument for modern art. As much as I find it a little bit pretentious, there are situations in which there is, like, actual meaning behind it, and it is actually, like, obviously, it is based off of something.
Yeah.
Humans are fundamentally incapable of 100% unique thought and will always base ideas off of previously thought ideas, and those ideas off of stimulus. So there is an original predecessor to the modern, overly pretentious modern art that actually had a point and meaning that was later lost somewhere along the line.
You mean that guy who painted, like, the soup cans?
Andy Warhol?
Yeah.
The guy who pissed on a canvas.
I think that's funny.
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, like, the point of it isn't the same as modern art. It is a critique of the current state of art.
You think that's like a skill, like a talent, drawing with piss? Like, if you train it, you can make, like, real good art.
The sniper.
Peeing on the canvas. Yeah, just like the sniper.
It would need
but you gotta take those pills that he takes to make his bladder bigger.
That's it, I'm going
I mean,
brainless.
Yeah, there's the argument of, like, at what point do you draw the line between, oh, I kind of get it, and no, that's just stupid when it comes to, like, modern art.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you really analyze it, Who's Afraid of Red, Yellow, and Blue is a multiple series of paintings that did actually have a meaning behind them and was a commentary on, like, Nazism and the destruction of art. But at the same time, it's kind of ridiculous to someone who doesn't know the context under which it is trying to communicate, which is a message about racism and the erasure of culture.
Yeah. That's Scouts and Spy. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
As long as you didn't come up with the meaning when somebody asked you it in like 5 seconds.
But how do you differentiate?
How do I differentiate?
Yeah, how do you know for sure
Where?
that someone isn't
How
just
are
a
you there?
really good bullshitter?
I don't think. Well, it depends. I don't know if it's that hard to tell if people are bullshitting. Sometimes. Wait. I don't know. I feel like you'd be able to tell if they made it up in like 5 seconds off the top of their head. It won't really have anything to it.
As someone who actively like works, who actively does like TTRPG stuff, I'm telling you, like people can bullshit.
You know what's bullshit? I wish I could find a D&D campaign where they'd let me have a lot of fun and I could be like AVGN or some stupid shit like that.
If you want me to write a YouTuber-based tabletop RPG,
No, not YouTuber-based. Just like the character doesn't need to be like AVGN. It just needs to be. Just imagine like his like character like archetype. Imagine like nerd that gets really mad, irrationally mad about really simple and stupid things.
Play artificer
around that
or wizard.
Yeah.
High intelligence int casters. Wizards are based around like the theoretical research of science versus artificers who are really into like the applied sciences and engineering. So if you want to be someone who makes shit, be an artificer, and if you want to be someone who thinks shit, then be a wizard. And either way, you can be an uptight, uppity, pseudo-intellectual, and it'll make for a really funny character that you can also spin into a half-decent character arc about coming to accept different interpretations of a piece of work. Like, I think a book that does their magic system and magic nerds in their universe really well is the War of Broken Mirrors book series by Andrew Rowe. Because Andrew Rowe's world building is like really, really tight. And he has a magic system in War of Broken Mirrors where it's like different sects of people have come up with different ways of casting the same thing, and it changes the way like that you interact with the magic.
So they like, treat it like programming, I guess?
Kind of.
Where you can type different... Basically, you can have the same thing happen, but you can type it a different way. You can make it a different way. But you can have it still do a similar same thing.
One culture that's like heavily based around like laws and order and upkeeping upkeeping a really tight book work and absolute knowledge. They have a system of casting where they will like create variables and certain phrases that mean certain things and think, okay, so it's this part, this many parts, this part, this kind of spell, this many parts, this kind of spell, like exact measurements and ratios. And then there's another group of people who are like essentially the opposite and very free form. And the way that their magic system, the way that they cast is primarily just, okay, so I want the magic to do this. And then they imagine it very, very, very hard. And it's like a very free form version of casting instead of all of the bookwork of it. And fundamentally, it makes the spells function differently.
Right. Yeah, that would make sense.
But you can also break down one version into another.
So there could be multiple ways of like the same, like say you, I don't know. Give me like an example of like a spell that you could do to someone.
Okay, so say you want to turn yourself invisible.
Right.
One of the characters would just go, I want to be imperceptible to everyone but these people, for this long. And they will cast it, and they'll take the hit to their eyesight and become invisible.
Right.
Or, and that's very freeform. That's like I want my spell to do this, and then they imagine their way to enact it. And it's a little bit more complicated because you need to have a more freeform way of thinking and a more powerful imagination, but it is possible. Alternatively, you could cast the spell by going, okay, so this is a vision spell where I am removing people's I'm casting a spell on this person that makes it so that they cannot perceive me. And I am
and you do that like around
myself
you
from their cognition.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So there's multiple ways you could do it, and like is it that like some spells could take longer than others? So like you might want to use, like, would you use a bit of both? Like a bit of the more like structured one if you want like something more specific without any like risk of side effects or whatever?
Well, I mean, it's more so like the culture that you were raised in, because it's very much so a regional thing in the universe.
These people have no sense of the French. They're just getting screwed.
Yeah. Most people don't understand how other people cast, since it's a very internal thing. And they just teach it to each other within their own tight-knit groups that hardly ever interact with each other. So it's hard to know that there's multiple different ways of casting if you're just like a person in this world. Yeah. Also, when you cast something, you take a hit to a element of your body relating to that. Like if I were a person in this world and I were to cast fire magic, I would lose body heat. Or if I were
shoot fireball or something.
Yeah, or if I was to like make illusion magic, I would my eyesight would get progressively worse. Depending on how much energy I'm expending.
So there's like downsides to the spells.
Yeah. So when it comes to like iron and like changing metals and casting metal spells, you're losing iron in your blood. You gotta have a full steak dinner after that.
Yeah, you gotta be eating iron, everything that you could think of as iron in it. Need extra of it. That's interesting.
Yeah, I think it's a really cool magic system, and I want to emulate it, but I haven't found an opportunity where it's practical to do in a TTRPG or video game setting, because that's a lot of variables to keep track of.
That's interesting, though. It's like thinking of a spell and then trying to think of a downside for it.
Well, it's based off of what domain the spell falls under, like what kind of magic it is. Are you casting illusionary or vision-based magic? Well, that's gonna make you take a hit to your eyesight. Are you trying to affect metal in some way? Well, that's going to be,
if you can turn yourself into objects or animals or something, but it's extremely painful, so you don't want to do it very often.
Yeah, but also you need a way of having it so it's like, okay, this person can't just whip this out at any point in time as like a get-out-of-jail-free card.
Maybe it makes them weaker?
Yeah, but you also need to have it be a it has to be resource-linked. It can't just be a thing that exists.
Resource-linked. Resource.
Like, maybe... Oh god, what's interesting for that? Maybe you can only do it once every so often. So if you're gonna turn yourself into a form, you need to be really comfortable with the fact that you're gonna be stuck like that for weeks on end.
Weeks? Oh, I thought it was gonna be like a day, but like weeks. How long is weeks in like a campaign? How do they measure time in some of those?
Sometimes, like 3 sessions is like 1 hour, and sometimes 3 sessions is like 6 days.
It's entirely up to discretion if they just want to skip some time.
Yeah.
You know what kind of stories that I like? Are stories that happen in like a short amount of time in the universe, like in like the course of like one night or something. Always liked that. You know what I mean? Like it's a short amount of time, but a lot happens in it. Like say it's only like 5 hours or something where the story takes place, but there's a lot that happens.
God, that reminds me of a really good murder mystery game where you are an investigator who's trying to solve a murder case that happened in one night, and every so often you loop back in time, so you have exactly the day of the murder to figure out what happened during it, and you need to allocate your time really smartly, or you're going to not be able to submit your results by the limit set by the game.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah. This is a very neat game. I do not remember what it is called. I like dissecting entire worlds top to bottom if I'm writing a world. Like, my writing style is very much so considering every single aspect of where I want them to go and how they got there. Yeah. Like, I think I told you about that time that I, like, constructed an entire religion to explain why their technology may have advanced the way that it did, and then I was like, okay, well, how does their religious convictions affect the way that they do, architecture and building and creating things, and what does their art look like now? Just like so much interesting stuff to consider while you're writing.
Another way to think about it.
Because everything affects everything else. It is
like
so late.
Good at coming up with world building stuff on your own, or are you like me where you kind of need someone else to bounce ideas off of?
I like bouncing ideas, but I'm also very good at just like sitting down and banging something out. Like I like making
I
roleplays.
prefer bouncing ideas. I'm not as good with creating so much as I am good with creating with something that's already there.
You're good at iterating.
Iterating, improving, noticing errors and details, I'm very good at that. But creating something from scratch is difficult.
Yeah, but I like a challenge. I mean, I create stuff from the bottom up because I find it interesting. I'm making...
I'd create more stuff from the
planning on
bottom up
making-
if I knew more people would appreciate it, and there'd be a a long-term reward or praise for it. But
That's fair.
I haven't really had much of that.
I guess that makes
until
sense.
recently. So.
Yeah, you need a platform to share your art, otherwise people won't appreciate it the way they're supposed to. I'm currently making, trying to make a TTRPG system based in the SCP universe, because I find it really interesting. But I'm also, like, cognizant of the fact that, like, a lot of people aren't going to look at this.
See, Dino says, I think you should call us the Jenny Rates. That's just degenerates, but said slightly
You
differently.
took out the D. You just took out the D, which
it is.
You're not supposed to take out the D.
It is.
Oh, what happened? My
quite
game froze.
late,
Did my internet go out?
and I have projects
No, it
I must work on. I would like to take my leave if you'll excuse me.
Ah, I see. You're taking your leave. Okay.
Sorry for talking so much.
No, that's fine. That was an interesting conversation, Retrace.
Thank you. Well, good night, my friends.
Alright, good night.
What a okay.
Let's do this Texas style.
Spies are coming. They're almost here. You only have 2 hours.
Mazda says creating is hard, or at least time consuming. You playing cart humping engineer? I'm not playing cart humping engineer. I'm staying by the cart to keep it moving.
Sentry.
Honestly, it looks like some people have left the server, so I'm just kind of just casually chilling here. Okay, can you spectate? No, this server doesn't allow you to spectate avatar. I think the spectate lobby there is just people attempting to join. But there's no actual spectator slots. A lot of people probably don't play this map because it's a little weird. Which I get. I do.
Map is this? Is this that map that they added in the summer of last year? Is this one of those?
They had look, quite a few maps have been added. There's so many. I can't really keep track of them all at this point.
Packing up.
I don't think this is the community map. I'm pretty sure this is a official map. I feel like
Here's
I've
the thing,
played
with
this
the recent summer update, all of that was entirely community made. There was no developer that made any of that. Come on.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I know that. I think about the TF2 summer update sometimes because I'm like, remember it added the versus sex and hail mode. I don't know if anybody even still plays that. I haven't heard anything about it in a long time. So I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's somebody, but I don't know. I hope they add back the zombie infection thing from Halloween of last year.
But yeah, all Halloween maps become available, so yeah, it will be a thing.
I'm moving this.
That's twice now, Grabber.
Oh. No. That's it. I didn't want to do this, but you forced my hand. You are now dealing with...
A guy named Grabber has a hand they're forcing. Surprise, surprise.
I'm going to use my grabbing glove. Fucking engineer on my team put the teleporter right next to the cliff. And then I come out of it, I walk forward. Right off the cliff I go. Oh man. That's great. Engineer. You know what I think of your teleporter placement?
No, come on, shoot! Kill the medic! Kill!
That's fucking wrong button.
The bullet spread! The bullet spread!
Time to be evil. No, 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 no. City sentry. Wait, that's not. I zapped your mini sentry and I turned the corner and there's just the spy from the other team. Shot me in the head immediately.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Figured it out. Uh-oh.
Come on, come and stop me.
Okay.
I saved that one just for you, buddy.
Okay. I can accept what I've lost.
Alright, and now the sides are flipped. I'm actually still gonna stick with the gunslinger loadout, just because I used to actually top score with the gunslinger Frontier Justice loadout. I'm kind of out of practice.
Let's see, what's my least played class? I'm gonna play as my least played class. Let's take a look. I'm thinking it's Pyro. I'm pretty sure it's Pyro. Yeah, it's Pyro. I only made out it's Pyro. Okay.
Mission begins in 30 seconds.
There should be a large ammo pack around here somewhere.
Bro, is that the spy from Team Fortress 2 with a shotgun? I agree with that. You have my respect, fat spy.
Mission begins in 10 seconds.
You get one honorary,
See, East is gunslinger and offensive defense. Yeah.
That was getting heavy.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I don't know how to play Pyro. Don't care. I'm killing the medic. Bye, medic.
Oh, I missed!
What? I'm on the heavy side. I'm gonna do what he's doing. No, I don't want to use that one. I want to use.
Metal, there. All I needed was to pull the trigger once more. Rescue Ranger and Gunslinger. Dino, what's wrong with you?
The enemy has received additional time.
There's it. No! I could have saved my brother, my heavy brother, from getting killed there. But it was
For
too
you,
late.
though.
Oh, no, I probably would have missed every shotgun shot.
Yeah, there
Died.
you go.
Which I did. I love playing Crab Scout. Okay. I see you fighting that soldier. Ooh. Heavy brother, you've done it. You've defeated my arch nemesis. Let's go.
The enemy has received additional time.
Team's not doing too hot right now.
Teleporter going up.
Okay, I'm all the way back here. I'm still not too familiar with this map since people barely vote for it.
You're all right, Doc.
What do you think the least played TF2 map is? Not like, what's
PC
it called?
Hydro?
What's the Hydro?
Yeah, you never see it.
Yeah, I guess you never see it naturally, but I'm pretty sure you could probably get a whole bunch of people to play Hydro if you like set something up. But I don't think you're ever gonna see anyone playing it naturally.
I mean, people play any map if there's players on it, honestly.
Yeah. Why does nobody play Pastime? Always wondered. It's not like it's a bad game mode, it's fun. I don't know what it is about it exactly.
It's because it's such a dramatically different play style compared to what TF2 was at its core.
You know, I guess sort of. Yeah, I guess it sort of is. It's kind of like a weird. I guess it's sort of like capture the flag in a way, if you like pick up the jack and run around with it. And if you don't know the rules to it, it's kind of confusing.
My team is awful at killing you guys right now. They're actually just awful.
Yeah.
I have to switch off engineer and do the killing myself.
I saw that mini sentry. Oh no. Apparently your team's not that bad at killing us. I just got backstabbed.
We are losing with 9.5 minutes on the clock with final point. We are terrible.
But that's funny. A wise man once told me that tragedy is hilarious. Okay, that was confusing. I'm not sure what your medic was doing there. He had like explosive resistance on, even though there were two heavies shooting at him, so I don't know what was happening there.
Yeah, no, my team is awful. Hell, you could see Mr. Shiko and Soggy Toast. They have a score of 1 and 0. And I don't know if it's because they newly joined, or it's because they actually accomplished nothing the whole time.
Let's see. 0 kills, 4 deaths, 1 kill, 4 deaths. Oh.
That was just sad. Okay, actually, I just realized, it's like an hour later than I was originally expecting to stream. I should probably kill it.
Yeah, it is 2 a.m.
Yeah, so you know what? Oh god, your icon's huge on my screen. I'm gonna shrink that down a bit.
I think it would be really funny if somebody like just joined your stream and the first thing they see is a horrifying image.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, hold up. Before we go, I think we're just gonna go ahead and raid someone. So, give me just a quick sec. Let me see who our D's nuts and bolts victim is gonna be this time around.
Find your target.
Let's see who else is streaming TF2, just to give a little TF2 love. See, maybe I give to someone smaller just to give a little love. Okay, looks like this person, let's see here. Looks like this person, it says they're teaching a friend. Yeah, let's go ahead and raid him with 8 people and just see them flip a shit.
That's perfect.
So let's see, this is midnight underscore
The most
panda
evil
995. So. Alright, we are preparing to
Always
raid.
offline.
Alright, now remember everybody, D's nuts and bolts in their chat when you raid. Alright, we're gonna hop in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Actually, there's a 10-second delay on this stream. Look, I'm just gonna force y'all in. You can't stop me.
Wait, what?